Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that, fam? Who that? Come on now. Who that? Who that said they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Come on with it, family. Come on. Who that, family? Who that? That's what I'm talking about, baby. I mean, man. Fantastic game, man. Defensive struggle. If you're an offensive-minded person, I guess this wasn't your cup of tea, this matchup. But hey, you know what my cup of tea is? Getting a win. Who that to all the family members out there, the black and gold came in with this one. 13-6 win over the Jacksonville Sad Wars. And I keep telling y'all, what did I say? What did I say, family? Who that to the black and gold beautiful in the building, baby? Travis, Wharton, who that, baby? I see you. Kelly, who that, Kelly? Who that, baby? Adrian, number one. Adrian! Dada, what's up, Dada? Dada said, let's go, we here. Who that, family? Kelly said, not happy with our offense played today. Nah, but Sometimes they come like that, Kelly. Jonathan O'Neal, who that, baby? Who that to you? Elite Goods. He says, wah. Who that, baby? Dwayne Thompson, who that to you, cuz? Purple Knight said, I held my Purple Knight brother to under 100 yards. Good job, D. Yeah, Leonard Fournette is a hell of a back, man. But who that to you, that Purple Knight? Demi says 5-1. Who that? Who that to you too, Demi? Robert Clark in the building. Who that? Dallas says, who that, family? What up, Dallas? Who that to you? Kevin McKnight. Who that, family? Purple Knight said the most battle-tested team in the league. Who that? No doubt about it, baby. Derek, who that to you, Derek? He said, who that, Big Q in the Sports Coma family? Cheryl, what's happening, baby? Hey, all my black and gold beautiful people in the building are doing good. Metalhead says, who that? The righteous man always win. Go DeMario. I told you you're a good one. DeMario beat his own players down to a knee for the other man. He didn't mean to do it. But see, that's a good man, right? That's a good guy. Donovan Grayson, who that, cuz? And all the family members. Sean D, who that, baby? Says ugly win, but I'll take it. Who that, baby? Keatrine Williams, who that to you, cuz? We that all day with Big Q and the fam. That's right, baby. Who that to you? Jerome said, Q, did you get my message? Pete need to go. Hey, Jerome, I had just looked at the comment, man. Just looked at it not too long ago, and I meant to respond to you, but I had to get on the live stream. Metalhead said, we love you, Big Q, my brother. Same to you, Metalhead. Appreciate you, cuz. Elite says, I saw one of the sweaters today. It made me smile. Who that, family? All the family. I'm glad to see y'all in the chat today, family. Welcome. 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 You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. And we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q. If you don't know, this is the Sports Coma, the #1 independent Saints podcast in the land. And we #1 because of you. Because of you and your support and sharing and all that you do. That's why we are #1. Not because of what I'm sitting up here doing. It's because of the fam. The family always keep it real. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for all our Patreon champions, Sean Sims, Derek Lockett, Dada Saints #1, Kelly Bell, all of our Sports Coma Patreon families that's helping the platform in the next level way. Thank you, family, for all that you do, and much love and respect to you and all the rest of the family that do everything that you do, from sharing and donations as well. Thank you. In this show, this is Sports Coma Live number 39, show number 444. If you're a numeral person, 444 could be something special to you. I know I'll be watching out for them numbers sometimes. But 444, Saints Jags recap. Saints get to win 13-6. They knock off the sad Wars in Jacksonville. And what the hell happened to Minshew Mania? Because somebody explained to me what the hell happened to Minshew Mania. Didn't I preview this? We did a 4-hour live stream yesterday talking about what you talking about with this dude with this mustache and with this Uncle Rico thing, man. What, that don't win games, clown. That's a gimmick. And what did Cam do? What did Cam say? That he got hit 50 times, and what did Cam do? Line his ass up for seconds a day. He's sitting there sad as I could, like somebody stole, like a little child, somebody stole his lollipop. He's sitting there sad as hell. Man, come on. That's a gimmick that don't work here, man. That's no substance to what you talking about out there. No team, you talking all this mess, and you sit up here 2-3, now 2-4 now. So maybe you get a win because they are playing, the next couple of teams they are playing are 0-5, 0-4. But I'd like to thank all the family members, man, for joining us. We got lined up today. We're going to break down the Saints game, stats, statistical team, individual statistics. I got some interviews I'm going to play for you. Coach Payton's coming up first. We're going to listen to what the coach had to say after this one. Then, of course, comments, concerns, questions from you, the family in the building. And, of course, in the next 30 minutes, we're going to open up the phone lines. And if you won't call to voice your opinion concerning the comments, I know Jerome might have something to say. Only thing I can say, Jerome, is I seen Pete get knocked down. But let me tell you something, bro. You know what I'm going to say about Andrews Pete. Terron Armstead went out for them plays. Where did Pete get knocked out from? You talk now. What happened? Where did they move Andrews Pete at? Pete is the left guard. When Armstead went down, where did they put Andrews Pete at? Where did they put Andrews Pete at? They moved him right to left tackle. I'm telling you, family. Andrews Pete, we talk about Andrews Pete, but I'm saying they steadily putting him where the best offensive lineman goes. So big ups to the family. Thank y'all, man, for doing it. Who that to you, true Louise animal? He said that 70s looking Minshew cat. 70s, man. He back in the day. Tramal, who that, baby? Tramal in the building. Scoob, who that, cuz? Scoob in the building. Good to see all the family members coming together. Daryl Hatchett, I see you, baby. My Harold Hatcher in the building. Who that to your family? And Kelly said, I told you that hair on his lip wouldn't help him. Cam Jordan got a piece of him and knocked him all around. They beat him up. He had 2 sacks on the day, but they roughed him up pretty good. I told you that don't fly, man. How you have all this Minshew mania and your team sitting up there 2-3? Get the hell out of here with that. Anyway, family, let's get ready. We're going to start with the first thing we're going to do. We're going to spin Coach Payton and let the coach talk about what's going on with the team. Here's the reaction after the Jaguars win. Here's Coach Payton. Okay, hold on, family. There we go.
I think the second half we got a little bit better offensively. We missed a number of opportunities in the first half, and we'll look to get those cleaned up. But it's a good win to get on the road, and kind of go from there. Any questions?
How much do wins like this you feel like help you just down the road?
Well, look, I think as long as we're coming to work each week and focused on improving on the things that we're not doing well, then I think they're beneficial. I think our focus and attention to detail has been good. I think we still have a lot of work to do to get where we want to go. We're not going to like the third down numbers offensively. We're not going to like some of the stuff early on, and that's really starts with me and all of us to improve in that area. We're going to love the way we played defensively. I felt the energy again was there today. I thought that was going to be a challenge, honestly. Coming here from an atmosphere standpoint, it's nothing. You've got to find a way to bring it and be ready to play a game, knowing that it might be a little quiet. And I thought we had a good turnout fan-wise, but nonetheless, it was a good win. I thought in the kicking game, we did some really good things. We had the long punt, covered that well. I thought we caught a midfield punt, with a quick 9-yard, 10-yard gain that changed the field position. In the first half, I felt like we won that field position battle. We just didn't score enough points.
Thomas Morstead, 5 of his 6 punts were, pinned them back in 7-15.
Yeah, outstanding. Look, it was a good team win. I mean, we go all the way back to OTAs, the mini camps in June, and you want to put yourself in position to win games like this. And I thought we had that energy, and I thought we played with the type of passion you need to play with.
How important was that third down catch by Cook there in the fourth quarter? Did they send like a zero blitz on that?
Well, it was a short yardage call. It felt like the ball was in the air for 20 seconds, really. I mean, it was like, it's just a why hide play that you kind of get caught in the blocking scheme, and he did a good job of kind of sneaking out the backside, but it seemed like it took forever. It was a big play out, just to get the first down, to keep the drive moving.
You touched on it, but you're not used to winning games with this kind of tempo. You're winning games in different ways really the last month.
Yeah, well, look, I think in a number of the games this past month, I would agree with last week a little differently, and yet each week we just talk about how do we win that game, and because honestly, in a week or 2 weeks from now, we're not going to look specifically to how we won certain games. We're going to hopefully learn and get better from how we won, but I think the key is understanding what wins in our league, and do you want to score every time you get the football and defend every time you get the football? But man, I told our defense I felt like if we'd have played 8 quarters, they wouldn't have scored a touchdown today. Honestly.
John, have you felt like over the last 3 weeks, what you've seen in practice defensively, we're building towards
Well, I think you're gradually, like anything else, there's confidence that comes with a game, and then you feed off of that, and so, I think there's a level of expectation that's pretty high in our locker room, relative to what kind of team we think we can be.
Kind of going off that, when I talk to some of these defensive players in the locker room after the game, it seems they always focus on, I could have done this better or that better. And I don't feel like I hear that much. Is that anything new from them? I just always wanting to get better, even when you're talking
I think that, look, we talk a lot about just the opponent being unknown, really faceless, and the opponent really is, inside all of us, and are we doing the things that we can to improve, collectively, not just players, coaches, all of us, and you're constantly, looking at that, because I think when you get on and you're a part of a team that has a chance to be good, generally those good teams, you begin to not want to let anyone down. You want to perform for everyone else, and I think those traits exist in our locker room.
How much did Alvin's ailment hamper you at all? He left the game early again. He was kind of
Yeah, two different things though. I mean, obviously he just had the swollen ankle coming into the game, but he was ready to go, and then he tweaked his knee. I don't think it changed what we were doing. I think we're going to look at the tape tomorrow and be frustrated at times in that first half relative to certain looks we have. It wasn't anything difficult. We really didn't get a lot of pressure. So we'll make the corrections and improve in that area.
Sean, you say getting the ground game running going in the second half?
We needed to. I think we're at 11 yards at halftime. I mean, that's 5 steps off the bus. So fortunately, we were able to do it, and I think it helped, especially in the fourth quarter.
That's Coach Payton, family, breaking down the game, and you heard the coach. The Saints had to bring it; they were struggling. 11 yards at halftime, family. How do you explain that one? I mean, seriously, 11 yards at halftime. But who did they get going? Who? I got to give it to them, man. They got our guy going, and we kept talking about it for a while, but they finally got him going, man. They finally got him going. Latavius Murray was able to get going in this one, and he really, like I said, man, the dude is a very difficult player to bring down, and you see the Jacksonville Jaguars got some of that contact. He had 8 carries for 44 yards in this game for Latavius Murray. Before we even get into the individual accolades, let's run down the stats. The Saints had 18 first downs versus the Jags 11. They were 4 of 14 on third down versus 5 of 13 for the. Well, actually, I'm sorry. 18-11 Saints over the Jags. The Saints were 5 of 13 on third downs versus the Jags 4 of 14. Total plays, Saints rating 65 plays to 55 plays. Total yards, Saints had 326 to the Jags 226. Total drives, 10 altogether between both people. Averaging 5 yards a play for the Saints. It looked pretty good in this one, man. The Saints were 24 of 36 throwing the ball altogether, averaging about 5.7 yards per pass. In this one, 222 yards passing through the air. The Jaguars were 151 out of 429 in this one. Sacks, the Saints had 3 sacks of 18 yards in this one. Rushing the ball, 104 yards worth of rushing for the Saints on 26 attempts. That's 4 yards in average. Versus the Jaguars held to 75 yards rushing the ball on 24 carries. That's 3.1 on them. And then the thing was the Saints were 1-3 in the red zone. The Jaguars were 0-2 in the red zone. So that goes to show you Saints really brung it. And of course, 1 turnover in the game as well. So you know how that happened. 33-09 on the possession for the Saints, 26-51 as far as the Jags are concerned. Now looking at the box of individual statistics in this, Teddy Bridgewater, 24-36, 240 yards, 1 touchdown, average 6.7 on the throw. Not bad at all for Teddy B. Once again, he was sacked 3 times for 18 yards. And yes, you're right. I'm going to get Jerome and other people like Big Smoke that's going to tell me, Q, that dude holding that damn ball too much. And he was holding it, and that's what we call coverage sack most of the time. But he had a few plays where he could have dumped the ball off. He was looking deep, and you can't do that. You got to feel around the pocket. You got to understand to get the ball out. He still struggles with that from time to time. I don't know why he's not getting that. But still in all, still respectable. 24-36, 240 yards for Teddy Bridgewater, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 94.7 on the QB rating. Got to give him respect. Saints rushing game, Latavius Murray, 8 carries for 44 yards in this one. He averaged 5.5 yards on the carry. He had a 15-yard long one. He also had a one that he broke free and ran for a touchdown. And it was called back because Mike Thomas was caught holding on the play. But give Latavius Murray his snaps, and this is what happens. This is the most reps they gave him in the game. He had 8 carries in this one, and all he did with 8 carries was give him 44 yards, which is 5.5 yards per rush. Alvin Kamara, 11 carries for 31 yards on the day. He was limited. I knew he would play, but the Saints limited his snaps. Taysom Hill had 3 for 17. Running the ball, even gave Teddy again 1. He scrambled for 12. Teddy Bridgewater had 3 scrambles for no yardage at all. And on the receiving game, Mike Thomas, 8 catches, 89 yards off 12 carries. Jared Cook once again got going, sort of. 3 catches, 37 yards. Second consecutive game with a touchdown. But this is the thing: 3 for 3 to Jared Cook. They went to him 3 times. And the times that they went to him 3 times, he caught all 3 passes for 37 yards, which is 12.3 on the average, plus a score. So when you go to him, it's getting better and better and better. Tay again, 2 catches for 36 yards. Latavius Murray also had 3 catches for 35 yards off of 3 targets. Kamara had 7 catches for 35 yards off of 8 targets. Totally didn't look himself. There was a few plays where Kamara was running to the right, and you could see lanes for him to cut back left, and he just kept running to the right. He just didn't look like he had it today. I mean, he had several opportunities where he would have Kamara type plays, but it wasn't there because of his injury or whatever it was. He just didn't look like himself. From a defensive perspective, the Saints top man, 2 of them, Demario Davis and AJ Klein. I remember AJ did get burned on that pass, but you got to give him points for continue to try. Marcus Williams, 5 tackles on it, 2 pass defense. Big ups to Marcus Williams in this one. Marcus Davenport, he had 5 tackles in the game and a QB hit. Cam Jordan had a multi-sack game, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 QB hits. Big ups to Cam Jordan as he showed what time it was. Marshawn Lattimore, Kiko Alonso, Von Bell, Malcolm Brown all had 3 tackles apiece. PJ, Eli Apple, CJ Gardner-Johnson, who actually tackled Leonard Fournette in the open field, which was an impressive tackle, and David Onyemata all had 2 tackles apiece. Sheldon Rankin, Shai Tuttle, Justin Hardy, and JT Gray all followed up with a tackle apiece in the game. Once I said Cam Jordan was the one who did it big in this one. He had 2 sacks in the game. Coming on the special team, Will Lutz was 2 of 2. One of them was a 47-yarder. He scored 7 points in this game to keep the Saints relevant before Teddy got him on the ropes with a touchdown, and the defense held him down. Big ups to Thomas Morstead. 6 punts, 251 yards. And out of 6 punts, he put every last one of them, well, not all of them. 6 punts, he put 5 of them all inside the 20-yard line. Averaged almost 42 yards a punt. So what does that tell you, Saints Nation? What does that tell you? We're looking at some great stuff going on today. Excellent play from Teddy Bridgewater. Well, not excellent play because Teddy could improve. But still in all, despite the fact that he was holding the ball a little too much and he don't feel a pocket quite right, but he still didn't hurt his team. He still didn't hurt the team. He didn't paralyze his team. He did the right things to win the game. And it was a tough one. And sometimes you're going to get defensive battles like this, family. It's what it is. But you know what? At the end of the day, you are 5-1. And that's all that matters. You are 5-1. That's all that matters. So let's get into that to the people in the live stream, talk to the family members. Who that all the family members? Teal, what's happening, baby? I see you. Who that to you? Kelvin says, what up? Who that to you, Kel? Let's see what else family here. Who else I'm hitting that jumped in there? True Louisiana School. Revolt Control, baby. Who that to you? Daron said not enough carries for Murray. Just showing the sample size what Murray is giving you 8 carries for Murray, but only thing he does is average 5.5 on those carries. So imagine what happened if you gave him more carries. Didn't we say that? Didn't we talk about that? I mean, it is not rocket science, family. All it takes a little discipline to understand who you have and to make your team better in these stretches where you don't have Drew. Run the ball. We know Latavius can move the pile. Give him the opportunity to do it. And imagine what if he had a fullback running in front of him, what he could do. I'm just saying. It's not rocket science. It's not quantum physics. It's not astrophysics. It's football, a child's game. And they try to overcomplicate it, but wait, we could break that down any day. Kelly say happy to see him get more than 2 touches today. Troy Augusta says, who that Q, who that to you, family? And the rest of the family chiming in as well. Dada says, chilling, bro. He talked to Van. DJ Big Sam, the Candy Man, Smothers, big ups to you. Homie, who that to you? He says, Payton probably trying to keep his running backs healthy. Well, what up, Sean? Who that to you, baby? It's got to be one of the two, family. It's got to be one or two. When they're dealing with Alvin Kamara, when we're dealing with Alvin Kamara and everything we're saying, Kamara was not exactly himself in this game. We recognized that and understood that as what was going on. He had an ankle injury, reported on that, and he wasn't Alvin Kamara-ish in this game, no doubt about it. He was definitely slowed by that injury. But Murray, love to see Latavius Murray get going. Love to see Latavius handle business. I love to see that. That was big plays by Latavius. Would have seen him. Love to see him get the ball a little bit more in this game than more than 8 carries. But we got the win, family. That's the big thing. That's the thing that matters as well. So you're Coach Payton. Break it down. What do you say, Saints family? What do you feel about the win over the Jacksonville Jaguars? I mean, it was a good win. We were able to get this win. We were able to move to 5-1 in division. Of course, Carolina won as well today. So it's still is a very interesting division for this team. I just love it, man. I think the Saints, even though we think for a second, I think the Saints are 5-1. Right now, they're 5-1. They head in the division. Next game they have is against the Chicago Bears, who are 3-2 as of right now. So all I have to say is that, man, listen, we are 5-1. You go down to Jacksonville, that defense isn't bad. It isn't that bad. Defensive line is the strength of the Jaguars defense. All they did was roughed up Teddy Bridgewater, sacked him 3 times, but most of those sacks and problems was on Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater has to play smarter than that. He has to feel that pocket better and get that damn ball out. And everybody say the same thing. Even the commentators was saying that he's holding the ball a little too long. No, you don't. You don't need to hold the ball, Teddy. Check the damn ball down. But like I said, 200 plus yards and a touchdown, can't complain. Teddy Bridgewater. Revolt said he got on his damn nerves today. I mean, you know what's frustrating? The love we have for Teddy. We got love for Teddy, and Teddy's doing it. But my goodness, when you get a taste of Drew Brees and the things that Drew do to just perfect levels, going through the progressions, don't we understand that Drew is what we call textbook? Drew is textbook. I mean, he's the A student in your class if you're a teacher. And Teddy Bridgewater, right now, he's like the B- guy in your class. He just don't know enough for the offense. But a lot of the things I see from Teddy Bridgewater, it does get on your nerves because it's stuff that a regular football quarterback should do. Not overthrowing your wide receivers like he overthrew Mike Thomas. Like, I don't know how you overthrew Mike Thomas that far. Throwing the ball into the ground in front of Ted Ginn Jr. I mean, even though it was a catch, but you get a stupid referees an opportunity to say it's not. I mean, it's just the filling the pocket, understanding where's your clock, your head clock. Where's the clock in your head to get rid of the ball? Understanding when you don't see the guy open deep, what you standing up there for trying to throw the ball deep, check it down, throw it to the next man. You know, where's your clock? You know, and it's frustrating, but sometimes the defense, good thing the defense is playing as well as they are to mask a lot of these things. And it's just calling on the offense just to do just enough to win these games. Seriously. Now listen to this. You're winning these games. What more can these people say about the Black and Gold Nation, about the Saints that, you know, or is disparaging or disagreeable? The Saints are without Drew Brees, the Hall of Fame quarterback. They were playing basically without Elvin Kamara today, even though he contributed. This wasn't Elvin Kamara. Come on, you know that, and I know that. You see how he was running in there? That wasn't Elvin Kamara. You can see that ankle was really bothering him. But Latavius Murray, really, I was enthused to see Latavius Murray get going in the game like I knew he could. He can run. The guy could play. They had a lot of foolish calls and penalties and stuff like that I didn't like in this game. But what's new? You know, what is new? The reality at the end of the day is we as a team or people have to understand that regardless of all of the imperfect QB play or the things that we recognize, we still have to understand the Saints are 5-1 and 4-0 under Teddy Bridgewater. Did you hear me, family? Despite all the stuff that we've gone through with Teddy Bridgewater, losing Drew Brees, having to hurt Elvin Kamara, the Saints still are 4-0, excuse me, under Teddy Bridgewater. With Teddy Bridgewater at your quarterback. He's 4-0. 4-0. That is something that's needs to be said. That's absolutely awesome. The man is 4-0 starting. Who's seen that? Who's seen that? Who's seen that? Nobody. I don't know who's seen that. So it's interesting, family, to say the least, and see how we're getting these games. But the Saints continue to hold teams. And another feat we talked about on the previous show was the fact that the Saints, we said that we need the Minshew magic or the Minshew mania, whatever you want to call it, is a distraction. It is absolutely an illusion. We said that on the previous show. We also said that you need to focus on stopping Leonard Fournette. You stop Leonard Fournette, you beat the Jaguars. What happened today? The Saints held up and stopped Leonard Fournette. Ultimately, they stopped the Jaguars because Minshew could not do what he wanted to do to win games. He couldn't do it. He's a rookie. This team is won. This games are won by Leonard Fournette. And we done showed the rest of the NFL how to beat the Jaguars, which if they didn't know, they know now. You beat the Jags by stuffing the run and forcing the rookie to beat you, and he couldn't do it. Now, that would have been a different thing if Nick Foles was out there. Nick Foles knows how to take hits and deliver past the places you need to go. It's a different team if Nick Foles was there. But still in all, you got to give the Saints credit for doing what they did to this team and coming out of there, going to a very difficult environment and getting a game there. And now they're 5-1 in the NFC South, proving all the haters wrong. Come on, baby. Who that to all the family members? A mighty who that in the live chat to all the family members, man, because guess what? We 5-1, baby. And I want to hear chumps like Burleson and chumps and punks like Strahan and all these other idiots talk about my black and gold team. And now you're going to see them all eat their words. They're nothing but a bunch of moonwalking chumps. You know, they put grease on the bottom of their shoes. And when you start challenging them and say, what about it not, chump? They start moonwalking better than Michael Jackson. True Louisiana says probably because of the ankle sprain or whatever. It was a huge ankle. Yeah, it was. That's why I say I wouldn't have mind if they didn't play him and just played Latavius Murray. But he sure didn't look like himself in this one. And I hope it's not something that carries on to the next game. Maybe we could have won this game without Elvin Kamara's contribution, I think. You've given Latavius Murray what he needed to do. We've been fine. We got a new subscriber, Armando Allison. Welcome to the Sports Coma family. Armando Allison, thank you for joining, family. Let's keep it rolling, fam. What else we got? Hits the fam's comments. Dada says, let's see, Payton's probably keeping his running backs healthy. That's what DJ Big Sam says. True Louisiana says, Morstead putting punters back on the map, making them important again. That dude's awesome, man. 6 punts, 5 of which were almost inside the 20-yard line. I mean, come on. I mean, this dude done perfected the art of punting to the point where he knows how to kick the ball and then it has a backspin when it comes down and hits the ground, and instead of going forward, it spins back into the hands of the special teams person out there to field it. It's easy playing with Thomas Morstead, man. Easy, very easy. A Hall of Fame punter. Adada says Murray got the ball more today, in my opinion. And look, before we got going, we got a caller. Let's check out who it is. What's going on, family? Rocking with the Sports Coma. Who am I speaking with? Hello. Hello, family. You're on the Sports Coma. Can you hear me, family? Can you hear me, family? All right, so I think family member got in trouble right quick. Look like he got in trouble right quick. Oh man. Anyway, family, the lines are open, as you can hear. We open them up at 30 minutes into the Sports Coma. Lines are open. Feel free to call, voice concerns, questions, comments. What are your thoughts in the live chat on the Saints coming up with the win over the Jaguars 13-6 and our 5-1? As soon as he got on the phone, looked like his old lady started fussing at him. Don't you don't get on that phone and talk about them Saints. You need to talk to me. We need to get something going. Oh, my goodness. Oh, thank you, Donovan. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro, for your donation. Thank you. And Dada, yeah, that was funny, man. That's funny. Somebody was trying to call up and they said he's about to try to talk to Saints. And this girl said, hold on, what you think you're doing? You can't talk about Saints. You got to talk to Oh, man, I love it, man. Oh, good. Okay, let's see. Let's keep it rolling, fam. Thank you once again, Donovan, for that, man. Appreciate all you do, fam. Thank you, sir. Let's keep it going with the family members. Metalhead said, and the family greeting each other. That's good to hear. True Louisiana said, I feel good. I feel great. We got the W. That's what matters the most. We keep winning. And we don't win perfect. Sometimes we don't win perfect like we did when we played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when we had a really offensive explosion. But sometimes you're going to get these games where you get one touchdown and you got to grind it out. I kind of suspect that that's what it will be with Jacksonville because of their defense and the fact that they can't run the game. They are pretty much designed like the Pittsburgh Steelers. You see what I'm saying? They're kind of like a weak Pittsburgh Steelers type squad. It's built on the premise of defense, building up their defense and having a wicked running game. And then they put the quarterback in there and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, look how we deal with it. Our defense travels. I said it. Defense and running game travel. So when you go to a difficult environment and you don't have to get cutesy, you don't have to get all fancy pants with the offensive play plan. Just run the ball and play defense and you will win 9 times out of 10 in a foreign environment. So, you know, that's what happened with the Saints today. We was able to come out with a very good win. Very good win by the Saints today, family. Good win. Despite it was ugly and a defensive struggle, but we did enough to win. And we came out of that pretty much healthy. Remember, Teron Armstead had some issues. He went out and then came back in. Thanks for that. Ankle injury with Kamara. We'll see how that looks going into next week. And we get ever so close to Drew Brees' return. So we have a few more weeks, and Drew will definitely be back in a couple of weeks. I would say after the bye, matter of fact. I would say definitely after the bye. But Teddy Bridgewater, man, he really is improving, but he has a lot to learn, man. Really, seriously, he does. And I'm thinking like Teddy's like an old quarterback. Teddy, it's like 3 or 4 years of NFL quarterbacking? I mean, despite his injuries, but he has a lot stuff that don't have nothing to do with the Saints offense. It's like making a pass and hitting players between the numbers and not throwing the ball over their heads. I mean, Mike Thomas is 6'3", and he could jump pretty high. He's a long dude, and he's throwing balls where he having a problem reaching. Jared Cook's another dude. You know, that Ted Ginn throw where he threw it to Teddy Ginn kind of moved it ahead of him, and Teddy had to come back to it. Had he laid that ball out to Teddy Bridgewater, that was a touchdown because nobody was behind Teddy Bridgewater. That would have been a touchdown. That's stuff that he got to get better at, man. He got to get better at. But we only have a few games left for Teddy Bridgewater. He served his purposes insofar as buying time for Drew to heal up to come back. So we're seeing Teddy Bridgewater for the next game or so, and then Drew Brees is definitely coming back, no doubt about it. Let's keep it going with the family. Kelly says we can't play sloppy offense against Chicago. No, that won't happen. The game like you played today against the Jaguars, where you had that sloppy play, you get beat by the Bears. You will get beat by the Bears. The Bears are a better team than the Jaguars. The Jaguars got injuries all over the place, and we knew to line up and put the pressure on the rookie and then knock the rookie around like what we did. And we won the game. Pretty much that's how I go. But you can't play like that against Chicago. You got to play a lot better than that. Sean said, I feel like it's an excellent win. We've been winning these in the trenches games for a few years now. It's these type of wins that make a team dangerous. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. I agree with you. True Louisiana said, yep, we got to do better against the Bears and Khalil Mack. Yeah, Mack is a dangerous dude, man. No doubt about it. Kelvin, who that Kelvin? He says Chicago's offense is trash. I think you got a point there. Ramsey, who that Ramsey? Saints defense is stinking now. We looking good now. Just offense got to get better. We can't play like this playing teams with good offense. Thank you there, Ramsey. Donovan says love to win, but we got to be much better on offense. My question is, Teddy, the long-term answer, I know we don't know yet. Well, it's one of those questions, though, to be honest with you, Donovan. What I answer, the simple answer, I guess you could say yes based upon his production. Why would he not be the quarterback of the future? That's the thinking. But the reality, if you look at the money and the fact of how the NFL is nowadays, it's hard for me to say if he is. If we can say, yeah, Teddy Bridgewater is going to be a team on the Saints. But there's a lot of stuff we're not talking about. Drew Brees' contract is up at the end of this year. We talk about Marshawn Lattimore. We talk about all these players. Hey, but remember, the quarterback, the Hall of Fame quarterback you're talking about, his quarterback, his contract is up at the end of this year. Okay? Drew Brees' contract is up at the end of this year. So you got two things you got to do. You're going to sign Drew Brees back, and you're going to try to sign Teddy Bridgewater back. The problem is I know we get Drew back. But the issue is, can you beat whoever is going to outbid you for Teddy Bridgewater? Get ready for it because it's going to happen. They're going to have other teams that's going to try to outbid you for Teddy Bridgewater's services. Would Bridgewater remain patient enough to sit behind Drew Brees for the next 2 years or so until he gets up out of there? That's the question. Taysom Hill, I think the Saints keep Taysom Hill long term. I think Taysom stays. You know, I really do. I think Taysom stays and he doesn't break the bank to stay. But Teddy Bridgewater is a different animal. With the surplus of games that he's playing and the way he's been playing over these games is showing not only the Saints nation, but other teams out there that he can't play this game again at a high level. And the question is, will he, if another team comes in for his services and wants Teddy Bridgewater, will Teddy Bridgewater say, no, I'm going to not take your money. I'm going to stay with the Saints? That's the question. And that's a question that I don't think nobody knows right now. You know, maybe the God Almighty, that's the only being that knows. But outside of that, that's where it really gets murky. You know what I'm saying, Donovan? That's when it kind of gets murky. True Louisiana said our new model should be DJ Khaled because all we do is win no matter what. That's right. All we do is win. Lose a Hall of Fame quarterback, win. And you got an all-pro running back hurt with an ankle that can't play that much. What you do? Win. So, I mean, I like it, though, True Louisiana. I like it. Kitron says Murray is really good and can be a great as a running back, but he scares me going into Chicago being 6'2", running high. He does run high. He does. But if we can give, like I said, I ain't see too many of the plays in there where they gave him a fullback or a lead back in front of him. And that first back goes in there and punch that hole up, and he goes behind him, and it clears a lane. For whatever reason, I don't see too many of those plays from Sean Payton. You're getting a little too cute sometimes, man. Most of those games you play on a team like Chicago or Jacksonville, where they have pretty good defenses that are known to cause problems for you, don't get all cute with all that other old craziness. Like the play like early in the game where you sitting up there 3rd and 1 and you trying to throw the ball. See, that's what I'm talking about, getting too cute. See, stuff like that upsets me. It goes against traditional logic because the only, let's say, for instance, the only way you would, like, say if you go up there for the run and you see them drop down and they're all in the box and you think you can sneak one over the top, that's a different thing. That wasn't the scenario or the case in that play. 3rd and 1 plays, why are you trying to throw the ball? You know what I'm saying? Some of those things you got to put on play calling because that's foolish. If you 3rd and 1, why the hell are you trying to throw the ball over the top of that, Sean Payton? What you looking at? Because you couldn't, I mean, it's just asinine to me. Sometimes you be outthinking yourself. Just do what the regular thing that gets the yardage. Just run the damn man in there. You got a 6'3", 6'4", 240-pound back. Give it to him. See what happens. And like I keep telling you, the man averaging since he's been averaging over 4 yards a carry. 4 yards a carry. You can't beat that. Today he averaged over 5.5 yards a carry with just 8 stinking carries. So we have to realize that. Stop getting cute. Keep it simple and let's run it and keep on doing what we got to do, baby. That's the bottom line. Big Sam says, how you like them white pants? Pretty cool, man. I like that, man. The white uniforms are pretty neat, man. Really neat. We need to wear those more. They was pretty nice. Kelvin says the uniform wasn't the best choice. Armando Allison, who that baby, says Dez Bryant, another shot you think? Oh, it's definitely coming. They freed the money up for Dez. is definitely coming. DJ, who that? He said, hey, that Hugh BQ, what is your grade on this game? Of course, traditionally, DJ beat me to it. But usually toward the end of our podcast, we usually get, now it's not by stretch at the end of the podcast yet. I'm just saying, we usually give out grades, and grades offense, defense, and special teams, OD and special teams. And we'll give out those grades toward the end. But certain people did better than others. I should say that. DJ, thank you for the question. Adrian said, hit the thumbs up, fam. Thank you, Adrian. All the family members in the building, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button, if you please. It definitely helps out the platform reach more beautiful and excellent Saints family like yourself. Dada says, that call was funny, LOL. I know, fam. Anyone having trouble picking up the stream, I'm buffering. We having issues, Metalhead. I don't know what it is. I guess around here, whatever going on. But our internet is having issues, and it just, right now it's doing it. And all for me, I probably would have to see about resetting the router, and might knock me off the live stream if I do that. So if it keeps doing it, then, just let me know, family. But we are having issues right now. I don't know, it's probably a lot of people on right now. It is in prime time right now. So if the family could just deal with it for a little bit, if it gets worse, then I'll shut the stream down and fire it up again if it gets too bad. So I'll make sure we monitor it and keep our eyes on it. So just thank you for working with us. Let's see. Sean says, that's hilarious. Saints fans don't need permission to call in. Somebody did. You see, he ain't called back, did he? You ain't gonna call them people. You gonna talk to me first. You gonna talk to me first. We gonna talk about where we go. Boy, he caught hell then. He caught hell. Don't you dare let that be a lesson to you. Don't you dare pick up that phone and try to talk to nobody unless you got your lady permission, man. Oh, man, that's funny. Let's see. Jay Giggity, who that, baby? Says trash. Ted is trash. Damn, come on, Jay. The man win. He 4-0, man. Come on. He not perfect, but he won. He ain't thrown no interceptions. He took a couple of sacks, yeah. But at the end of the day, he threw for over 240 yards. He had a touchdown today, and the Saints won. They're 5-1, 4-0 under Teddy Bridgewater. Come on, bro. You got to get a man some credit. He's not playing perfect, but still in all, he's doing enough to win. He says Teddy is trash. Went over the Succaneers was a fool's goal. Always taking a sack instead of the completion. O-line gave him time. He still crapped the bed. Damn, Jay Giggity hard. Jay Giggity a hard man to please, man. But I understand the frustration when you're dealing with Teddy Bridgewater. He does really get on my nerves too at times. He does stuff even a high school quarterback knows not to do. But at the end of the day, he just had those mental farts. He had those mental farts. He gets fixated and starts staring down targets, stuff that a high draft pick quarterback shouldn't do. You catch him doing it, and it's puzzling at times. But he making his mistakes, but the mistakes are not big enough to cost the Saints any wins. So, I mean, that's all I can say on that one. Jay Giggity. Armando said Dez Bryant. Yeah. Oh, yeah. On Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant's definitely a dude that's coming. Dez Bryant's definitely coming, Armando. They cleared up money from Larry Warford's contract 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, they took a portion of Larry Warford's, the offensive lineman's contract, converted into a signing bonus, which freed up about $2.75 million on the books. And usually, and right around this time last year, it was in November, that they inked Dez Bryant to the team. So we might be looking at a similar scenario, even though Dez said middle October. We are almost in middle October, and I would probably say it'll be closer toward the end of October than the middle of October. It'd probably be right around the same time last year when they inked him, like between late October and early November. That's what it's looking like to me, but we'll see. We'll monitor it. But Dez Bryant, they freed the money for Dez, already sitting there, and it's up to Dez Bryant to give him a call and let him know I'm ready. And when he does, I guarantee the Saints gonna pick him up, no doubt about it, because they damn sure could use another wide receiver behind Ted Ginn and Mike Thomas. None of the other receivers have stepped up into that role to say, well, we can stave off of Dez Bryant. None of them did. So Dez Bryant is still an opening for Dez Bryant on this team, in my opinion. I'm just saying. LaJordan Humphries hasn't done enough because they hadn't went to him. Austin Carr is doing a great job of blocking. But the reality at the end of the day is Austin Carr is much overlooked in the Saints offense. He run around there wide open, and Teddy Bridgewater not even finding him. So we'll just see how it goes, man. But to be honest with you, about time Dez Bryant comes back, Drew Brees will be back too. So you don't have to worry about Teddy Bridgewater pissing off Dez Bryant because Dez standing there wide open and he just he taking sacks. In 2 weeks, we gonna see the last of Teddy Bridgewater anyway. After the bye week in a few weeks, Teddy goes back to the bench and Drew comes back to the starting roster. So enjoy Teddy while you got him, baby, because you're gonna see Drew real soon. Jerome says why haven't we target Jordan or Carr in the last 2 games? You got to ask Teddy B. You got to target them guys. You got to go through your progressions all the way. He go 1, 2, 3, and maybe that's it. You know, and sometimes he gets stuck looking down the field. It happens. Like he was looking down the field at Ted Ginn Jr. streaking down the field and then stood up and waited and waited and waited. And you know what? Wide open in front of him was Austin Carr. 5-6 yards in front of him was Austin Carr. Sitting there waiting with nobody on him. You know what? He took a sack because he too busy staring down Ted again streaking downfield. He just kept coming. I'm like, man, come on, bro. That's some rookie quarterback shit. You can't do that, man. If you don't stop being greedy, either throw the ball out there and give him a chance to get it or check it down or throw it to the guy near you. And we can't get greedy with it, man. You see what happened when you get greedy? You had to take that sack. But the only thing I can say is he's taking those sacks, he's taking those hits, but he's not fumbling the ball. And that's something I can appreciate from Teddy Bridgewater. Like I say, he's not perfect, but the man, we winning with him. Can't say it. That's all I can say. Sean says, I'm glad we got Cook more involved in the offense. He looking good, 3 targets on the day, got another touchdown. They went to him, he caught everything they threw. If they keep, maybe perhaps when Drew comes back, they open it up a little bit. But, you know, like I said, he is catching a rhythm and getting better. So you're going to start seeing 5, 6, 7, 8 catch games out of this man once Drew Brees come back, because Drew knows how to go through the progressions and find the man. Watch, it'll be a different offense with Drew in there. It'll run a little bit more efficiency. We're not really efficient right now with how we operate, and a lot of mistakes behind Teddy Bridgewater. But Drew Brees comes back. It's in the model of efficiency. That's why I say appreciate him while you got him. A lot of those people calling for Teddy Bridgewater to come in. You better be careful what you're asking for. Enjoy this Hall of Fame quarterback, Drew Brees, while you got him. I'm telling you. Because he spoiled a lot of people to how he played the quarterback position and set a high bar here in the city of New Orleans for what a quarterback looked like. You know, and whoever comes here after Drew is done playing is going to have some big shoes to fill. I'll tell you what. And we're going to make them even bigger because we are spoiled and we want the best. And I'm not mad at that. Let's see what else going on in the Robert says best interest to have Brees to come back after the bye. But Sean Payton uses psychological tactics, having Bree and Bridgewater ready for the other team, not knowing who to prepare until game day. He does do that. And Sean Payton is like I said, he's just not some old ball coach. He's a pretty wise dude. The Rome says, why haven't we? Okay, I read that one already. True Louis Animal says, Robert, I agree. Save Brees for the bye, after the bye in 3 weeks. No doubt about it. True Louis Animal, Sean, yeah, Cook's coming along. Finally, Shandon, who that Shandon? Or the Cardinals really beating the Falcons by 10 points? Boy, let me tell you something. The Falcons, they're going to fire Dan Quinn mid-season. Watch. They're going to fire that little coach mid-season. I just don't know, man. It ain't even fun no more to pick on the Falcons. It gets to a point where you just got to pity them. You just got to feel sorry for the Falcons. I mean, they are really struggling, man. They are really struggling right now. If they lose that game, they'll be 1-5 in the NFC South. 1-5. Saints are 5-1. Carolina winning these games with a backup quarterback as well, and a running game from McCaffrey. So it'll be interesting. Now the next couple of weeks of games before the bye week comes along, the Saints have the Bears and the Cardinals, and then they get the bye week. Get hit with the bye week. So a tough game against the Bears. Whatever the Cardinals look like, the Cardinals are also a team that have a spectacular young scrambling quarterback. They have a running game. They still have a Hall of Fame wide receiver themselves, a pretty decent defense. They are an enigma to me, but we just have to deal with them. They'll be in a dome, and we're going to give them all they can take. So 2 more games of Teddy Bridgewater family before you see Drew return. So y'all get ready for it. That's about 3 weeks because I don't think he comes back before then unless something tragic happens. You know what I mean? I don't even much want to say what that tragic stuff will be. Shanda says, would you rather face Trubisky or Chase Daniels? I would rather face Mitchell Trubisky than Chase Daniels. Remember, Chase Daniels was on your team. He knows your offense. He knows exactly. He played against this deep. Well, he had an opportunity to play in the Saints. He knows Saints defensive and offensive tendencies. So I always would like to play against a guy who doesn't know you versus the guy that does. So no, don't underestimate Chase Daniels. Chase Daniels does know a lot about the Saints offense where he could teach people. And remember, big boy on the defense, Hakeem Nicks was another guy who played for the Saints, and he's familiar somewhat of the Saints defensive tactics. So you have people that are familiar with you in a Chicago uniform, and they're motivated to beat you, especially Hicks. That dude there is pissed off. He's still talking about that, and that been happening. He been long gone from the Saints. So that would be my pick. I would rather face Trubisky than Chase Daniels any day. Big DJ Sam says, you think Breeze will play in Arizona game or will? I would say DJ Sam, Big Sam. I would have to say that they'll wait. The call should be to wait, in my opinion. I think the call should be wait till after the bye week. Because why would you bring him back right now? You don't need him right now. The team is winning. They're 4-0 under Teddy Bridgewater. The team is responding by winning these games, and they're playing all together as a team. So why would I bring Drew Brees back when I can give him 2 more or 3 more weeks of rehabilitation where he's totally 100%? That's my ideology. My ideology is to let Drew have as much time as possible. We have 2 games left against the Bears and against the Cardinals. Why rush Drew back right now? It just doesn't go with the logic. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the question. Metalhead says, Jets 92-yard bomb, 14-3 over the Cowboys. Boy, I tell you, man, that's a game they're supposed to win. The Cowboys have no business losing to the Jets, who Sam Darnold just came back in this game off the injury list. Just came back, and they're up on them. That's something big. If they lose this to the Jets, something they're going to have a shakeup in Dallas. You better believe me. To lose to the Jets will be the final straw because that'll be 3 straight losses, and they drop to 3-3. And you should hear Mike Law and all of them go off. I mean, absolutely crazy. Them Cowboys people are absolutely crazy, man. They are crazy, you know. But anyway, Donovan says the defense is playing tremendous well, and if we could score 21 points a game, I feel comfortable we can win a lot of games. That's true. If your defense is stopping them and you're running the ball and you're not turning the ball over that much, Donovan, you're going to win a lot of games, and that's why the Saints are doing this. Dada says, I heard Sean say Teddy was young when he came in the league and got hurt, and a lot of people are not realizing just like a rookie QB, he has room to grow. That's what I'm saying. Teddy Bridgewater had those first 2 years. He had that rookie of the year season with the Vikings. The next year, then the third year, he got hurt. Then after that, he spent the next 2 years out of football. And then when he came back, what was it, last year with the Jets, and the Saints brought him on. So he really haven't had a lot of extended action to play. This is the most extended action he had since he was in Minnesota, to be honest with you. So it's going to take a while for him to come back. And he's having these games. Let's say Teddy Bridgewater had the entire season. He will look totally different than what he is now. You'll see progress, and then you see him, you know, every step, 2-3 steps forward, a step back, 4 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's always it's an extended growth, and then he comes back. You know, it's like simple stuff that you do, then you're not supposed to do it anymore. You learn to stop doing that. It's detrimental. But it's in his play. For whatever reason, he had these mental blocks or these mental setbacks in the game, but it's not enough to keep him, you know, these plays or these errors are not enough to stop the team from losing these games is what I'm saying. He's still winning these games, despite the fact that he's taking his time to throw the ball, despite the fact that he's taking sacks, despite the fact that he gets erratic with the ball at times. You know, he's not throwing interceptions. When he gets sacked, he's not fumbling. So I got to give credit to Teddy Bridgewater that he's not turning the ball over despite him having these little erratic plays and stuff like that. So a lot of positiveness you can pull out of this right here. But 2 more games of Teddy Bridgewater for those who ready for Drew Brees, and that'll be the reality. Metalhead says Bridgewater would be a fool to leave this situation. You never know where he can go. The money, bro, I'm telling you, when off season comes and they might have a team, that's built up, and all they need is a quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater might feel like he would rather win now and play now as opposed to sit behind Drew Brees for a year or two as a backup. I'm just telling you, this is the NFL. This stands for not for long. So you never know where a person might end up going. I'm just saying, he's totally unrestricted after this season. He's unrestricted. Now, I can say without a certainty that Drew Brees will come back, but I can't say for a certain without Teddy Bridgewater, he'll come back to be a backup behind Drew Brees, and they got starting positions in the NFL that'll pay him a chunk of change to make him a starting quarterback. If the right situation comes along for him, who am I to say that he won't take it? I'm just saying, it's not a certain thing until it's inked in and it's an agreement and it's on paper. It's not certain until it happens. So that's all I'm saying, Metalhead. Toby said, who that Q? What has gotten into Marshawn Lattimore? He's been balling lately. The reality is like we said, it takes 3 to 4 games for players to learn how to play, to build that synergy, that harmony. And that's what's happening with Marshawn Lattimore. If you notice, it's not just Marshawn Lattimore balling. It's Apple balling, PJ Williams balling. The whole secondary is looking better. The linebacker core is playing better. The defensive line is playing better. It's the entire defense as a whole, because they realized and they relearned each other and learned how to play together. That's the synergy, the confidence, and everything that's going on. And that's what happened with Marshawn Lattimore. That's why I was like, give him some time. The guy's going to snap into form. And it's showing you that this is a great player, because at the end of the day, Marshawn Lattimore, look what he did today to DJ Chalk. I mean, seriously, look what he did to Chalk today. Chalk was one of the top ones in yardage and all this kind of stuff. What he did, shut him down. Look what he did to Mike Evans last week. Shut him down. And it's going to go on and on and on and on and on, because Marshawn Lattimore is true to his word. He's a shutdown cornerback. And all of them are feeding off his energy. The defense overall is just playing better. And it's all of them as a whole are playing better. Even the reserves come in and contribute. And they're having fun balling. That's what a team looks like. What actually a family looks like. This is a family. They celebrate each other. They both got dances. They make a play. Do this. And then they put the ski mask on and do the little swivel motion. DeMario got his thing where he does the Super Saiyan thing and all this stuff. So I'm saying they having fun playing. And when you have a family environment like that, you enjoy playing together, you get up there, it's a whole nother world, man, is what I'm saying. It's a whole nother world. And Marshawn Lattimore is one of those pieces in the defense that's helping bring that defense up to a Super Bowl level. We knew they could play like this. It was 3 or 4 games that they usually need to take the gel, and you're seeing the end result of it. Irvin, Irvin said, who that Murray needs more touches. Payton's got to call a better game. Thank you, Irvin. We just talked about that. I just mentioned that. Sean Payton got to stop getting cute. Stop getting so goddamn cute with all these plays and calls. Like I say, the coach still won. But you'll hear him say that he got to get better with his play calling. You got to get 3rd and 1 situation, 2nd and 1 situation, and you trying to throw the ball. What sense does that make? Why are you throwing on 2nd and a 3rd and 1? Just run the damn man in there. All this cutesy stuff, getting too cute. It's getting too cute sometimes, and that can cost you. And it did cost us, because I think we had to punt or take a field goal right there, something. It's just foolish. Just run the damn ball. Most of the time, they were dropping 8 people in the coverage anyway and rushing the Saints with 4 linemen. So I got 5 offensive linemen against your 4 defensive linemen, and I can't get 2 yards with a battering ram like Murray. Come on, man. We gotta rethink this thing. Metalhead says, hit the like button for the Q show. The Q show. That love, fam. Thank you there, Metalhead. Hit the like button. All the family in the live stream, please feel free to hit the like button right now. It helps out the podcast in ways that you don't understand. It really helps out. So thank you. Appreciate your help there, Metalhead. Jerome says, yeah, Payton run the ball on 3rd and 6. Dada says, Metalhead, I agree. Teddy's getting his best teaching he ever had in his life. Hall of Fame head coach, Hall of Fame QB. Adrian says, Amala, welcome to the Sports Coma. Thank you, Adrian. Who that, Nika? Dez with the, who that to you, Nika? He says, who that, Nika? Who that to you, Nika? Says, Dez with the 50-50 balls are playoffs. He coming. I'm telling you, family. We got the Dez watch on and running. In the next 10 days or between now and November, remember they signed him in early November, it's coming down to that point in time again. And Dez Bryant says he'll let them know. So Trust me, it's getting close and close and close. Almost Dez time. And boy, would it be nice to get Dez Bryant and Sean and Drew Brees together at the same time. They both come to the team at the same time after the bye week. Wouldn't that be something special? I'm just saying, man, that would be something special. Larry says, who that? Who that to you, Larry? Who that to you, fam? Tango Jamo, who that to you? He says, great defense, but seems like Rankin's been kind of quiet. Yeah, he was kind of quiet in this one, to be honest with you. No, I don't think he recorded too much. No sacks. No tackles and none of that. But Rank is in there. And, you know, if he's not recording stuff, you remember, if he's in there and they shutting down Leonard Fournette, he in there making an impression. I promise you that, because you see him and you see Oyamada. But still, the Saints are kind of being easy with his snappage too. You know, watching, making sure they control his snaps too as well. So thank you for that, Tango Jamo. Derek says, I'm at the pro shop with the family order and it won't apply the promo code. All right, Derek. The promo code is Big Q25, family. Big Q25. And what are you using? Uppercase or lowercase? It's uppercase. Uppercase. Sometimes might have an issue right there, but try both of them. But the code is Big Q25, 25% in on this month of October. In the month of October, you get 25% off at your purchase at the pro shop. Big Q25 is the code, family. Big Q25. Uppercase letters, Derek. You try them either or, and it should apply. Thank you. Metalhead says Jets going in again. Jets up 21-3. Oh man, it's big time. See, I'm telling you, heads gonna roll. They were just putting them in the Super Bowl 2 weeks ago. Now they're trying to fire the coach if they lose a game against the Jets. Oh man. Tango Jable says Skip wants some Hennessy right about now. Skip is, I don't know. Skip is kind of soft and I don't know what to say about Skip Bayless. Revolt Control Radio. I think people are so hard on Teddy because of the idea he may take over for Breeze. People want to see some consistency, but he's hot and cold, and in big spots he takes sacks and is inaccurate. He's erratic. I won't listen. Teddy Bridgewater is a smart quarterback, but he does things smart quarterback doesn't do. He's erratic. Like, even if you don't know the playbook well, you're still supposed to know how to make an accurate pass. You're still supposed to lead a wide receiver. You're still supposed to know not to try to fire a bullet in the chest or over the head of a wide receiver that's 5 by 10 yards away, when all you need to do is put the ball in his numbers. You know, when you were moving around in the pocket, and instead of planting and throwing the ball and leading Ted Ginn Jr. down the field, you do a kind of usher motion that throws the ball, and Teddy got to stop and come back to it and dive to it. Not only did he had to stop and wait on it, he had to literally dive to get to the ball. You can't do that. That's not things a smart quarterback does. But I know he is intelligent. Bridgewater's a really intelligent dude, but he does that. He has erratic plays at times that make me scratch my head like, huh? Why are you throwing the ball like that? Why did you throw the ball behind him over there? Why are you throwing over his head right there and you don't have no pressure on you? What's going on out there? To the point where Sean Payton said, come on, Teddy, come on off, and sent Taysom Hill out here. And the team, you know what Taysom Hill going to do? He's going to either run left or right. There's only one time out of all the times they call Taysom Hill plays that he actually threw the ball. And I'm saying, listen, man, you're getting too predictable. Either stop doing it or mix it up. Don't send Taysom Hill out there to run right or left. Send him, mix it up where he could throw the ball out that damn package, man. Come on, do something, man, because you're making it predictable now. At one time, it used to be something spicy. It was really good, but now it done lost its flavor. It's bland. You know why? Because you know what he's going to do, and everybody knows what he's going to do. He's going to either run right or left. You need to start letting him throw out of that, man. Let him start throw out of that damn thing, and that'll create something that let him know, hey, we don't know what he's going to do. He's possibly could throw or run. Instead, it's too predictable. And when it's like that, it makes no sense for you to use it anymore. Thank you for the question, Revolt. Kelly says, don't be feeling bad for the Dirty Birds. I know they damn sure wouldn't be feeling bad for us, would they, Kelly? JT, who that JT? With our defense, we will win every game. Drew not here. Looking like we going to do it, too. Thanks, Adrian, for checking on that. JT said, Big Q, we will be a dangerous team when Drew comes back. No doubt about it. Don't be surprised if when Drew comes back, he don't have Dez Bryant there with him. I'm saying it could line up like that, family. Dwayne Thompson says, we got the win. I'll take it. I hear you, Dwayne. You're right. A win's a win, baby. Despite erratic throws, plays, or not, him taking 3 sacks, don't matter at the end of the day. Saints clear it out 13-6. Bottom line, we 5-1, 4-0 without Teddy Bridgewater. That is the underlying reality. Scoop says Teddy seems humble and appreciative enough to Aaron Rodgers it for us. Scoop says throw some stink on his name when you speak it. It's officially Laddie Daddy. Scoop, Laddie Daddy. Who that to you, Scoop? Travis Johnson, who that, bro? What's up to your family? JT said we will need Latavius when the playoffs. No doubt about it. Ground and pound in the playoffs. Oh, no problem. Derek, it's all good, baby. Robert says we love to see Chicago defense pass the torch to New Orleans Saints defense next game. The Chicago Bears defense is all they really have. They were built up. They looked pretty good last year, but boy, where they went down like a sinking ship when the playoffs started. I had a guy I knew was talking big mess to me about Chicago. And, oh, man, with Chicago getting there, man, the Saints line up against Chicago, man. Chicago got that, man. You know, you got to come up here. Couldn't even get through their matchup. What happened to them? They ended up going down in the first, I think it was the first game in the playoffs. I said, man, listen, man, get y'all running back situation under hand. Find yourself a real QB. So I told that man. He don't even like Trubisky. Scoop says Teddy was over anxious in the first half. Tyrone, who that? Tyrone, he says 5.1, who that? That's right. Derek says Robert Clark, we that slapping them and taking the torch. Glenn, who that? Glenn, let's face it. There's good Teddy and bad Teddy. 5-1 is awesome, though. Yeah, you got good Teddy and bad Teddy, and all they got you was 5-1. Very interesting. Big status, 5-1, family. Regardless of him holding the ball, taking sacks, he doesn't turn the ball over. He might take a sack or this, that, or third, but he doesn't turn the ball over. Big ups to that. 5-1, 4-0. What's more impressive than 5-1, family, is 4-0. The fact that the team is 4-0 underneath Teddy Bridgewater. It could be possible that before Drew Brees get the team back, this team could be 6-0 under Teddy Bridgewater. Could you imagine that? 6-0. He turns the team, say, okay, here, Drew, here you go. You ready? Here you go. And turns the keys to the bus over to Drew Brees and had the team sitting up there at 7-1. Could you imagine such a scenario? If you can't, you better use your imagination because it's coming. Donovan says, Big Q. What you are saying, what concerns me. Consistency is the key and what we need. Let me read that again. What you're saying, what concerns me. Consistency is the key and what we need. There was a bunch of mistakes today. Very true, Donovan. I just laid it out about him. It was a lot of mistakes. The offensive line could have played a little bit better than what they did. Sean Payton could have called a better game, and they could have beat this team. I really think they could have beat this team by 2 more scores in the game. But the team made serious mistakes. Latavius Murray was another one. When Latavius Murray bust free and ran up the left side of the field for a touchdown, nobody could catch him. They caught Mike Thomas holding, and let me tell you, he was really holding. Had Mike Thomas cleared the dude out, Latavius Murray would add another touchdown to the board. We'd beat them by multiple scores. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. They're gonna watch the tape, and like I played the interview, I like to play the interview for the family, just to let y'all see or hear what Coach Payton is saying. Now, Coach Payton said the same thing we're saying, which is they got to do better. You're gonna watch the tape, and of course, anytime you beat a team 13-6, you know, and you leave points on the field, and I'm pretty sure Coach Payton gonna look at the tape and say, well, we left some points on the field. And that's what coaches do. They look at the progression, say, well, we could do better than this heading to the next game. We can't play like this. We have to do a better job blocking. We have to do a better job running the ball. We got to cut down on our penalties and to beat teams in their buildings. And guess what? That's what the coach is going to do because they're good at making those adjustments. They made some good adjustments in the second half of this game. The first half and the second half looked a lot different. If you notice, when they came back into the second half of the game, it was a total different effect. The Saints made the adjustments. They started brutalizing the Jags with Latavius Murray. They started really handing the ball to him, and he was able to beat them up and open up plays. Nobody wants to tackle Latavius Murray in the second half of the game. Maybe that could be something that's stick in the back of Pete Carmichael and Sean Payton's mind when they calling these plays is when you get into the second half of these games, start using your running backs, your battering ram running backs, and not so much just save Alvin Kamara a bit. You know what I'm saying? Let Latavius Murray run. Even give some snaps to Dwayne Washington. He got a similar style. They're both north-south runners, and Latavius Murray does have another step, another gear to him. He ran. You see how he cut up to the left there and run away from them people? He twists and turns and lower his head. He does tend to run a little high at times, but it takes a lot to bring Latavius Murray down. It really does. So, don't be too concerned about it, Donovan. We're going to be fine, family. Scoop says perhaps road Teddy is more of a work in progress than home Teddy. That's true. Jerome says, Q, we need a tight end or a quarterback on the active roster. He'll need more time out there. You have Crawley and Robinson on the roster, not doing nothing. One needs to go. That might be a point. You got the trade deadline coming up. It might be something in the works to get rid of those guys. Although this might be one of the situations where the Saints just keep Patrick Robinson now. They're not playing him that much, to be quite honest, which I've seen the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson get in there before I seen Patrick Robinson. Maybe they trade him, perhaps, but maybe they're just holding on to him for depth purposes. You never know. You can never have too many decent cornerbacks coming down the stretch. We're getting to in a few games, we'll be at the halfway part of the season. There's still a lot of football left to go. So you don't want to get rid of somebody that you feel that you might need for the long haul or for the duration. Like you have somebody get nicked up or banged up, you will want to have Patrick Robinson there versus a Ken Crawley. That's all I'm saying. I paid Pat Robinson that money just to keep Ken Crawley out of there. I'm just saying. But, I'd rather have him in there than I have Ken Crawley in there. And I really think Justin Harden needs to get some more opportunity to play as well. But thanks for that question there, Jerome. JT said the 49ers are beating the Lambs. So the 49ers are beating the Lambs right now, and the Cowboys are losing to the Jets. Love it. And the Falcons stink. Oh, that's triple good. All good. Adrian says, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the Sports Coma, check out the Pro Shop on Teespring, use the code BIGQ25 for 25% off TSC gear purchases. Support the platform and show your love and support for the Sports Coma. Who that? Thank you, Adrian. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. Cowgirls getting smacked by the Jets, says Metalhead. Glenn says time to let Taysom throw the ball sometimes. I agree, Glenn. I've been saying that, been saying that in harmony about letting him throw the damn ball out of that package or stop doing it before you get him hurt. Scoop says Derek, because Adrian is right. Glenn says, what was Murray's average per carry? If you keep pounding the ball with him, he would develop a rhythm. In this game, Glenn, his average, he had 8 carries in this game, and his average per carry was 5.5 yards. So a little bit over 5 yards you give him. So every 2 carries you get him gets you a first down. So you give him the ball every time. Every 2 carries you give the Latavius Murray, he gets you a first down. That's what his average is saying. What is his season average? Let's take a look at it. I pull up his statistics and read it to you. This is what I'm talking about. We talk about statistics. Sometimes they can be pliable. Other times you never know. But Latavius Murray right now, in the season, let's see, through 5 games, he has 24 carries for 94 yards. And right now, he's averaging about 4 yards a carry on the season, just on the season. Now, through the game, in the game against the Jaguars, he carried the ball 8 times. Hold on, let me pull it up for you right now so I can quote it properly. He carried the ball 8 times for 44 yards in this game. And he would have had close to 100 yards if it wasn't for that holding call that brought him back. But 5.5 on the average is what Latavius Murray did today for the Saints. 5.5 on average versus Leonard Fournette, who had 20 carries for 72 yards and averaged less than 4 yards a carry. Saints had him under wraps. He didn't do a damn thing. Gardner Minshew finished the game 14 of 29, a measly 163 yards. He had an interception. He was sacked twice with a QB rating of 51.4. What magic are you talking about? There's no magic involved with Minshew. Stop talking about his goddamn mustache and his Uncle Rico look. That's foolish. And they're going to march him clean out of there, and all that magic crap stops soon as Nick Foles come back. They're going to throw him right to the bench, so cut it out. Anyway, that's some of the things that we did see in this matchup as well. Let's keep reading some of the family comments. And just to remind the family that the lines are open for you to call in, but make sure, this is a disclaimer, before you call this show, please talk to your girl and ask her permission. You don't want me to catch you on air getting fussed at by your old lady. This is a disclaimer to you. Don't you dare call here without your girlfriend permission or your wife permission. Don't you do it to yourself. And they ain't gonna be mad at me because I'm gonna tell her, I'll say, hey, I told them to call and ask for your permission before they call on up here. So just to let the family know. But yes, the live number is open right now. You can for your questions, concerns, and comments, 504-475-4482. 504-475-4482. You can call here and voice your concerns, questions, comments to the nation, and talk to and let the Black and Gold fandom know, the family know how you feel about it. So let's keep reading some of the comments, family. A lot of interesting stuff in the comments. As I said, Devin, who that Devin? Carlos, who that to you, Carlos? He says, who that fam? Great defensive victory on the road. Scoop says, trade Crawley to the Bengals for a 4th rounder because they suck. I don't think the Bengals, the Beagles, whatever you want to call them, I don't even think they would give up a 4th round draft pick to take that guy, to be honest with you, Scoop. I don't know. Maybe they got a penguin born every day. Maybe they one of them. All right, we got one caller coming. Let's check them out. What's going on, fam? You're rocking with the Sports Coma. Who am I speaking with?
Yo, this is DJ. What's going on?
What up, DJ? How you doing, fam?
Nothing pretty good. Yo, like Cam Jordan had 2 sacks back to back. How do you feel that, when it's like when they offense is on the field, how do you feel about Cam Jordan? Because he actually pushed they left guard or they right guard, whatever position he was,
right,
to get them 2 sacks. I mean, why he not keep doing that? If they have a rookie offensive line, that should be, big ups to Cam Jordan, right?
Cam Jordan, yeah, no doubt about it, bro. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Cam Jordan is spectacular, man. He's, I told the family in the pregame show, I said, I'm looking forward to Cam having a multi-sack year this year. And I said 12 to 15 sacks. He had 2 in this game. He was the only one to get them. And he got them back to back. And the reality is, you got a rookie offensive lineman guard, and he just overpowered the man. As many other plays you had where Cam was actually getting around him too, and he was being held. Like I said, it's actually repugnant to watch how often the Saints players get held. I mean, Cam Jordan gets held all the time. And what really upset me the most is when they called Cam Jordan with a foul, talking about he had hands to the guy's face. But you mean to tell me you could pay attention to Cam Jordan put his hands to the guy's face, and really didn't put his hands to the guy's face. He had his hand below his neck. The area of your chest below your neck is what Cam had his hand at. He didn't have it in his face. And he was pushing the guy. The guy was holding him right there. So you mean to tell me you look, and the guy had 2 hands on Cam holding him while he had his hands trying to free himself up. So you mean to tell me you seen Cam's hand on the guy pushing him, but didn't see the guy's 2 hands holding Cam? How's that work? That's what I'm saying about the officials. I know I'm a Saints guy, but I pay attention to all that. But we just don't get those flags. We don't get the holding penalties against the offensive linemen for holding Cam and Davenport like that. I mean, it's severe amounts of holding. And you see referees stand up there just looking at it happen and don't even pretend like it don't happen. That's why I do not respect the NFL. I do not respect these referees. And then I know for a certainty that they're getting their tutelage or their instruction from the NFL office. Why do you need to talk to the NFL office to make a play? See, the referees are no more than just drones out there. They're not making their own calls. You got the league officials in their ears telling them which calls to make, so to kind of quell a lot of the controversy dealing with these referees. Why else do you need to speak to the league official or the league office during the middle of the game if you're a referee? This is what kind of stuff I'm talking about. This was kind of nonsense I don't like that goes with the referees. That's why they talk about the shield and the integrity of the NFL. They have no integrity. You have no integrity. If you want integrity, do what an integritous league would do, which is do the right thing. Stop all the foolishness. Call the games the way they're supposed to be. Eliminate home field cooking or whatever you want to call it. Get rid of it. But Cam Jordan was just abusing the guy. The guy was holding Cam Jordan the whole game. but he was able to his bull rush just worked on the dude really well, and it set up Minshew because Minshew would have vacated to the side where that guard was, and Cam just pushed him and eliminated the route for him to scurry away and had a direct path to him. So, but actually Cam tried to force to script that ball out of there too. So it's Cam Jordan just got really peeved about the whole situation, and I'm glad he got the sacks, man. And he said in the pregame when we played it, that the preview show is that he was about Minshew and how many times he got hit because he intended on getting to him, and that's what happens. Look how kind of day he had with this old Minshew magic and all this nonsense. What happened to the magic now? The magic must be gone now. But yeah, that's the thinking on. It's just a common bull rush. He just outpowered the man to get to him. The guy was holding him all game long. Totally disrespectful on the NFL. The league officials, they got to get that right. They probably never will, but we're going to keep raising hell on it until they do. But that's my thoughts on it, DJ.
Well, hey, but when you going to let me take over the Pelican post game report, bro?
We got to get
we about to be 4-0 dealing with the Spurs right now.
I know, bro. We did early on today. It's been a live stream frenzy today. We did the LSU Tough Tiger Talk recap live stream. That was earlier today, which was pretty good. We did that. Then that led right into later on. We watched this. I finished watching the game, and then I had to get all my information and stuff together. And then right when we started the live stream, the Pelicans kicked off, and right now they beating the San Antonio Spurs 115-103. I'm looking at the game while I'm live streaming. So I mean that's why I kind of peer to my right here. I'm looking because I'm looking at the game and looking what the Pelicans are doing. I see Frank Jackson has 12 points, 11 for Nickeil Alexander. But yeah, the Pelicans about to be 4-0, and I keep telling people they are no joke. The Pelicans are beating the Spurs 115-103, even though it's preseason. Listen, they're playing these games like they count, and that tells me about mindset. Really, it does. So
facts, yeah. Real facts.
Right. So DJ, I tell you what, man, just stay in tune, bro. We got your email, and you could set you up like to be a contributor, my man. But I got DC as a contributor. You remember DC from Sports Coma. So DC is kind of a dude. He's kind of rough on you. He'll be a little rough on you to get your stats and your facts together. But DC is another guy that is on the Pelican post game report. So just stay in tune, fam. I got your email, and we're gonna probably get you in there some kind of way.
All right, my man. You have a good one, and who that, and don't bow down.
That's right. Don't bow down. Who that, baby? Thank you, DJ. Appreciate you. Peace. That's DJ family. Appreciate the call, that DJ. And the Pelicans 116-105 right now on the Spurs. So the Saints took care of business in Florida. And look, see how things work out. Sometimes you have to look at things. This is just how I think about it. You got LSU just beat the Florida Gators in the swamp. They beat them by 2 touchdowns. It knocked off the Gators, and then then Saints go down to Florida and take out Jacksonville 13-6. See what I'm saying? So you got the state of Louisiana continue to kick butt in many ways, man. I just want to say big ups to the LSU Tigers, big ups to the Saints, and big ups to the Pelicans because they're making things happen. I didn't check on Tulane yet to see if they won today, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tulane got a win to kind of give us the four team win in Louisiana. So big ups to those 3 organizations. Let's keep it going, family. Let's see. Scoop says, okay. Travis says, what do you think, Q? Drew has not played since week 1 and not projected to come back until after the bye week. Do you think he can come in and be up to game speed, or do you think he will be rusty? I think he'll be rusty, Travis, but I think we'll still ride with him. We still gonna ride with him. We get another call. What's going on, fam? You rocking with the Sports Coma. Who am I speaking with?
This is Kelly. How you doing, Big Q?
What's going on, Kelly? How you doing, family?
Hey, I just wanted to answer CJ's question about Cam, and I think I was understanding him why he was asking he only had 2.
Right.
Like Dennis Allen wasn't sending him after Minshew, the mania, whatever, craphead. Dennis Allen was actually calling what they call a crush rush
Try to contain them.
defensive game today. It's kind of a vanilla defense, but it's to contain him. They were trying to make him beat him with his arm, and the kid couldn't do it.
Right.
So I think Cam started getting pissed off toward the end and said, screw Coach Allen, I'm going to put this kid in the dirt. And that's what happened. You know, I don't blame him. I was expecting Cam to really tear him up, but that's up to the coach to call the game. You know, the players got to do what their coaches tell them to.
That's right.
We got to understand that too. You know, just like we talked about Teddy, and some of the fam ain't real happy with him. You know, but like we keep saying, you know, we 4-0 with Teddy, but you can't take that away from that man. I mean,
no, you
know,
can't.
And you know, he's doing what Coach Sean Payton's calling too. So we got to think about that. And whether we agree with it or not, you know, we can voice our opinion. But I stand behind Teddy. Yeah, I'm ready for Drew to come back, but I want Drew to be 110%, not 100%. I'd rather see Drew even sit out past the bye week and get a little closer if Teddy keeps doing well, you know, just to make sure the man's good.
Right.
But I'm proud of our win. I'm a little nervous with Chicago because, you know, you're putting an awful lot of strain on our defense to carry the team like that. We playing awful sloppy today offensively, and that's a lot of different things. Teddy missing some check down throws, missing some nice throws, open plays, not reading. I think Sean made some bad calls, but we play like that against Chicago, we ain't gonna win, unfortunately. And we can't do that. I mean, we just can't. But I just wanted to call in and comment to CJ and let him know why Cam didn't get more. I'm sure Cam wanted more, but sure love y'all. Y'all have a great evening. We'll talk at you later.
Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate you, my friend. Be safe, and who that to you?
Who that?
That's Kelly, man. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly calls in, man. Appreciate the information. Very wise fellow, letting the family know. And that's a great point, Kelly. Very paying attention to everything going on. And you're right. The defense was set up to contain them, to keep Minshew in the pocket. And that's something we talked about on the show, family. We did say that. We did lay it out here on the preview show. The way to beat this team is, you know, not to buy the hype. The Minshew mania was the distraction. The true offense, the way the offense moves is through Leonard Fournette. If you stop Leonard Fournette and force Minshew to beat you, you're going to beat them. That's what we did. So he could not beat us from the pocket. He had like 150-something yards. He had an interception. No touchdowns. He was completely flustered. And that's what happened when you have a quarterback who they wearing this mustache and all this other foolishness and all this gimmicky stuff. But what happens? You stop the supreme back and Leonard Fournette, the whole thing dies. And like I said, the Saints could have had a few more touchdowns in this one. And we weren't exactly perfect. But sometimes we have games like this in away stadiums. Just be happy that you came out with the win. Defense stepped up in the major capacity. Once again, the special teams were there. Will Lutz was 2 of 2 on the afternoon. Big ups to him. Thomas Morstead has 6 points, 5 of which found their way inside the 20-yard line. So we were pinning them inside of the 20, which means that Minshew had to have long drives down the field to try to convert things. He couldn't do it. So, and then the Saints defense were doing what they're doing, stopping the run and forcing Minshew to make plays and keeping everything in front of them. So I appreciate everything the Saints defense did. The offense are sputtering, but they're trying to keep things moving as well. And to talk about Tulane beat UConn. I think it's 49-7. They beat Connecticut. And man, Tulane is 5-1. Did you hear what I just said, family? You got LSU sitting up here at 6-0. Tulane is 5-1. They're on a 4-game winning streak. UConn, they have a very difficult matchup coming up on the 19th of this month against Memphis. But Tulane is 5-1 in first in the Atlantic Conference Western side. So everything's doing good for the state of Louisiana, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. Getting another call. You're rocking with the Sports Coma. You're speaking with Big Q. Who am I talking with?
It's Jermaine. What's going on, Big Q, baby?
What's up, Jermaine? Who that to you, baby? How you doing?
I'm doing good, baby. We just knocked out that win.
We got it.
I just wanted to send a shout out, man, to special teams, to Thomas Morstead. You know, he been doing an excellent job, bro.
Right.
All season, really. All season, man. He's been doing this thing, man. And Lattimore, man. Lattimore's coming on strong, bro. Just want to know if you can touch up on Lattimore, how you think his progression is, how's going this year.
Man.
I'll hang up, man.
Thank you. Well, appreciate you, man, for the call, family. Appreciate you, man. Who that to you, brother?
Who that, baby? Appreciate
the call, Jermaine. Just to answer your question, family. I think he's doing fantastic, bro. I think the man doing absolutely fantastic. Lattimore is every bit of the shutdown corner that we envisioned him to be. He struggled early on because, you know, that's just like they don't play that much in preseason. You know, and like I was saying, it take 3 to 4 games for them to get in regular season form. And that's what happened when at the end of that third game or during that third game going into the fourth game, you see their appearance change and they became the lockdown defense. Because all those little connections that they had prior to the season and the playoffs when they're over, when the playoffs over with, you know, you don't play all that time, you're doing all this practicing. And practicing in real game environment is two different things. When the lights come on, the speed is different, the competition level is different, and you can't really simulate that. They try, but you can't truly simulate it without actually going through it. It's one of those type of deals. And ultimately, when they got into the situation where they were playing the first, second, third, and fourth game, and they got into the third game, you could see it happening. Then the fourth game was solidified. Now you see they're in cruise control with it. So just to answer your question, bro, I think he's doing every bit of the big ups to Marshawn Lattimore, a.k.a. Laddie Daddy. As my boy Scoop say, Laddie Daddy. That's what we call him. Who that? You listening to the Sports Coma? Who am I speaking with?
What up, Big Q?
What's good?
It's Travis.
What's good, Travis? Who that, baby?
Oh, who that, man? We had a beautiful winter day. I mean, it was ugly, but I take the win.
you and I both, fam.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I had wanted to call to give you props because you kept calling it, man, about Latavius Murray.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, bro.
He's something serious. I think he's going to be something serious. Ingram who?
You're gonna make a lot of people mad at you, cuz.
Hey, man. Ingram, that was my boy. But Latavius, I think he's something serious.
Mm-hmm.
I like the direction he's going. And that boy run hard.
He do, bro. He do. I mean, this is the thing, bro. Let me ask you this. That was my whole thing about Lattimore. A lot of people was kind of lambasting Latavius Murray. They were lambasting him and saying that, you know, I miss Ingram and whatnot, and that's fine. A lot of people, that combination of Ingram and Kamara was the greatest tandem in the history of the NFL, statistically speaking. So and that's a hard thing to break up. But when the Saints went with Latavius Murray, I knew what they were trying to do. This was your short yardage guy, the bullish guy you put in the second half. He averages 4 to 5 yards for you a game. In this game, he had 8 carries, 40-something yards, averaged 5.5 yards on the carry. If it wasn't for Mike Thomas, right, the touchdown. Remember, the touchdown was called back because Mike Thomas was called holding, and Mike was really holding. If you go to play, I was like, man, come on, that's bull. But when I played it back on my television, and I said, yeah, and I seen Mike Thomas because the guy was yanking the wind. You seen Mike Thomas have a bunch of his jersey. The NFL referee seen it and throw a flag, and they had to pull the touchdown back. You know, I just get upset. We keep getting our touchdowns pulled back because of penalties. But you showed Latavius Murray showed his wheels, didn't he? He beat out them defensive backs to get to that touchdown. I keep telling people about him. They don't hear me.
Hey, man, I hear you, bro. I hear you now. I definitely hear you now. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, hey, y'all be looking for him because we definitely going to need him with the Bears, definitely with that defense.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Kamara was kind of, you know, he had that ankle. You could tell that ankle was really bothering him.
Right.
He didn't look like his normal self at all. So we definitely need Murray to come through and step up with the Bears because it's Killer Mac over there. And, you know, we're going to have to handle our business.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, bro. We had look at the Jaguars front. The strength of their defense is really the defensive line, I feel, because if you look at their line, people like Calais Campbell is there, and they got Miles Jack and running around there as the linebacker. They can kind of move those guys around and put them on the line if they need to. They have the very good defense. They just got rid of Dante Fowler last year. He was a part of that team in the pass rusher. So they have a very good mixture of defensive linemen and linebackers, and the strength of that team is that front seven. So if you and the Saints were still able to run the ball, get 100 yards against that Jacksonville defense, kind of gets them ready for the Chicago defense. And I think you got dealing with Khalil Mack and Hakeem Nicks and all those guys up there. I still think the Saints, I keep saying this and I continue to say this, that the Saints are the best offensive line in pro football despite the mistakes that we're making. And when we get our heads right, nothing that Chicago can do will matter. We just control the line of scrimmage, we should be fine in Chicago.
Yeah, I agree with that. One thing we do need to do, Bridgewater. He can't hold that ball that long with them.
Right.
He's gonna have to really up that ball. But besides that, yeah, I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Right.
And, tell Reverend Saint I said, who that?
Who that, baby? Who that to you, baby? Appreciate you, baby. Appreciate the call, baby. Keep your head up. Who that to you, baby?
Already. Who that?
Who that, baby? All right, appreciate the call, fam. Another great call, man. Keep them coming. 504-475-4482. Thank you, fam, for calling in. A great call, man. We're going to keep it rolling. In the live chat, the family, man, I'm just saying Tulane 5-1, man. I was looking at the Tulane stats, man. Turning, looking at the Pelicans. It's a final. The Pelicans are 5, what is it? They're 5-0? 3-0. Pelicans are 3-0. Oh, man. Pelicans won. That's 4-0. Is it 4-0? I won't see the Pelicans are 4-0. I get mixed up every now and again here. Yeah, they're 4-0. Pelicans defeated the Spurs 123-114. They're 4-0. They got the Knicks coming up on the 18th. And that's a few games away from here. That'll be on TNT. That'll be in New York. That'll be the final. What is it? Yeah, that's the final preseason game. They playing, and what's interesting, if you watch these games with the Pelicans, they're playing like it's regular season. They're already in regular season form. And prior Pelican reincarnations, they'd be stumbling, fumbling, and all this kind of stuff. But this team, man, they got, the New Orleans Saints, Pelicans, Tulane, LSU, we rolling, baby. It's a spirit going on through here. Reverend Saint, talk to him. What's going on, Reverend Saint? Well, Q, let me tell you something, baby. I'm going to tell you something, baby. Spirit, baby. The spirit moving through all the teams, baby. Remember I told you a while ago that God is a Saints fan, baby? Yeah, I remember that, Reverend Saint. Well, I'm going to tell you something again, baby. He ain't just a Saints fan, baby. He a fan of Louisiana, too, baby. He favors Louisiana, baby. Is that why we kicking butt like this, Reverend? Well, we got to teach him a lesson, baby. But I tell you, baby, God is a Saints fan, baby. How could you explain it, baby? We lose our Hall of Fame quarterback, baby. Next thing you know, baby, Teddy Bridgewater comes in, baby. And then all the thing is your team under Teddy Bridgewater is 4-0, baby. How could you explain that, baby? How could you explain that, baby, if God wasn't a Saint fan, baby? Thank you, baby. Who that, baby? Thank you, Reverend Saint. I appreciate you chiming in, the Reverend, dropping some knowledge on the family. Appreciate that, man. And, boy, we doing it's beautiful. LSU doing it big. Saints doing it big. Pelicans doing it big. Tulane doing it big. Everybody doing it big. And I just love it, man. Enjoy it, family. Enjoy it. JT said the Dallas coaches are yelling at each other. Trouble in Big D. Carlos said, I totally agree, Q. Bring fairness and integrity back into officiating, period. Thank you, bro. I mean, how I'm supposed to respect the referees, and I know you got that thing in your ear, and then there the guy, could you believe this? I forgot one of these games, but y'all tell me in the live stream if y'all remember this happening. Remember there was a commentator they had that got up there. And a commentator was saying, well, the referees make the calls on the field, and the league does not influence the calls the referees make. They monitor every game, but they don't have any input on the calls. They leave the referees to make their own calls. I said, okay, if that's the case, then why he got that thing in his ear? Why he putting that headphone on with the speaker? With the, he could have regular headphones like I have. Why you putting the ones on when you go review a play, and you got one on, and they got a mic attachment to it connected to the headphone? You can see him talking to somebody. Who he talking to? His mama, his girlfriend, his wife, his children, asking them what's for dinner? Who you talking to? Come on, man. You ain't talking to some chumps and some fools here. This ain't what the people fans used to be, when all they used to just be a bunch of brains and people that buy up all your junk. No, these are thanking people. They still got them out there, but we thanking people. You might be fans of these organizations, but we thanking people. I don't turn my brain off just to watch sports. You know, I still leave this sucker on and I use it to analyze what I'm looking at. That's how critical independent thinkers are. We got a lot of critical independent thinkers in this platform. That's what it's about. Using this here thing. You know, because trust me, just like with any part of your body, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Trust me. If you don't use the brain, somebody else is going to use it for you. Please use it in critical think. Don't believe what these people saying, because 9 times out of 10, they're confidence men, which is con men is short for confidence man. That's what a con man is, and this is con man games they running. You can't tell me that the NFL is not controlling these games through the officiating by telling them what calls to make. Half the time, most of the calls, how could they be blatantly be this terrible? Like we watched an LSU game, they called the defensive player Kevon Chasen for hitting the quarterback Trask last night in the Florida LSU matchup. Said they hit him below the knee. You looked at the tape and it says he did not hit him below the knee. He hit him on the thigh. It was nowhere near his knee. It was right up under his waist where he hit him on his thigh. Then you had this official who's supposed to be this official comes out and says, you can see it clearly. It says, see, he hits him below his knee. I said, no, chump, no fool. You're not going to get me to see what you want me to see. I'm going to see what I see, which is what it is. You know, and that type of stuff happens. You got to be careful of that, because like I said the other day, is that they have all this stuff on television and they selling you a bunch of crap. And 9 times 10, a lot of this stuff is done by psychologists. Trust me, I know, because I watch, I was like, man, that's something like a psychologist would put together. They appeal to you, these different little tricks. Like I told you about this Ford commercial. Which one of y'all out there seen the Ford commercial when they got the truck driving around and then all of a sudden the song started playing with the freedom? Instead of freedom. Like buying a junky truck is the reason how I'm a game. But get out of here with that, man. Come on. Not all of us like that. Come on. But anyway, fam, let's keep it going. Toby says Lattimore Magic like it. It's look, we gonna call him Laddie Daddy. My dog Scoob said, call him Laddie Daddy. That's who it is, Laddie Daddy. Scoob. Demi says, Q, how often did we make it into the red zone but failed to get into the red zone? Our O-line didn't play well. We can't do this in Chicago. Demi, you're absolutely the truth. That is absolutely beautiful what you said. That is 100% accurate. We can't play like this against Chicago. Chicago is a better team than them. But we go into the red zone plays. The Saints were in the red zone 0 for 2. They were 1 of 3 in the red zone versus Jacksonville being 0 for 2. So 1 in the 3 in the red zone is not good. That's not good. We got to clean it up. We got to do better than that. But remember, if you have a quarterback that you know that's not Drew Brees, and if I'm Sean Payton, I know my limitations. I know Teddy Bridgewater's limitations, right? Correct, family? You know, let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm telling you the wrong thing. If I'm the head coach of this football team and I'm dealing with Teddy Bridgewater, he my quarterback, I know his strengths and his weaknesses, correct? So if I know his strengths and his weaknesses, then I would not put him in a situation which will be to his weakness, which ultimately will be to our having a negative reaction or a bad play, which could end up in impacting the outcome in the game in a negative way in our favor, against our favor. So what I'm saying is, if you know, with any quarterback, regardless of who it is, if you give him a running game, you help him out big time, because what it does is, when you got pass rushers that's firing off the edge, if I'm running up the gut, I neutralize the pass rushers first. They're getting over aggressive. That'll stop that. That'll stop the hits to the quarterback. Another thing it does is allow for time of possession. Let the clock run. It tires the defense out. And it also keeps their offense off the field from building up a rhythm. This is not astrophysics. I keep saying it. This is traditional football knowledge and how teams are supposed to do it. And even though the verbiage might be different from team to team, it's the same concepts. Same concepts, just like in religion. Everybody they call them this, they call them that. But what you talking about? Who you talking about? You talking about the supreme being, the creator, whatever you want to call them. They all talking about the same stuff, but then for different, using different words, different terms, different languages. It's all the same stuff, but just different words, terms, different languages, different verbiages. Same thing with the NFL and in all these other places. There's the same stuff, the same principles. It's who is, when it comes down to it, They all are doing the same thing, but it comes down to one very important word. Well, actually 2 words. Willpower. Willpower. Willpower, family. Willpower. Explain that, Q. Most of them I explain. I know y'all might like to hear the Reverend said, but willpower, the power to oppose your will on your opponent to the point where the opponent relents. You oppose your will on them and control and dominate the line of scrimmages, you win the game. Willpower is very important, and the Saints have a lot of it. That's why they win in a lot of these games, because the willpower aspect, the team mindset is so strong they will not relent. And that's the difference between great teams and teams that's not good. A great team will keep coming at you over and over again and keep opposing their will. A team that's not so good, when they get tired, you start seeing them giving them yards, get gashed, you start seeing their head get down. With good teams, they don't do that. They keep their head, their eyes up. They might get beat, but they say the next time around, I'm going to get an interception. I'm going to get a pass deflected. And that's how it is. And when you see your teammate or your family member get down, you pat him on his helmet and says, hey, man, keep your head up. We're going to get this. And that's how they console one another. You see the consoling of Drew Brees when he was on sideline by Craig Robertson early in the game. That's what family does for families, not just football together, because everybody knows that this will be the only time that you play with that combination of people in your life. I'm telling you, you will not have this same rendition of this team come next year. They'll have similar players there, but you're going to have new players in here. So this rendition of this team, this is your family that you play with for this year. It'll change next year. So you have to take all that in and enjoy the moment. So I'm saying willpower is the difference, and the Saints have a lot of willpower, and they would battle test it. And that was from trial and error. The Minnesota Miracle, the debacle in the dome. This stuff strengthens the mental resolve of a person and the heart and soul of a person, that regardless of the adversity that I face, that I'm going to win at any length. I will not stop. I will not relent. And that is why you see champions are formed and made. And that's why this team is dangerous. That's why this team, if you got any clairvoyance and vision out there, you will see who this team is like I see who they are. And that's why I be saying what I'm saying about. I'm telling you, baby. I'm telling you. Who that? But I appreciate that. Adrian says, okay. Demi says, Q. I hope I asked your question there, Demi. Thank you. Travis says, I feel you, Scoob. But what if Drew come back and we start losing? LOL, just kidding. The Saints don't lose, baby. Man, if that happens, that'll be some funny stuff. You know, the Saints reel off 6 straight wins and then Drew comes back and they lose. Trust me, if that happens, Drew Brees is going to do everything in his power to make sure the Saints win. I'm telling you, there is no person that put more pressure on Drew Brees than Drew Brees. I'm telling you, he built for it. We're going to be fine, baby. JT says, who that? Jets, who 49ers? Scoop says, what's up with Reverend Saint? Is he tired from preaching early sermon today? Nah, he just was on here preaching, Scoop. JT said Tulane number 26 on AP poll. Really? Damn. That's big for Tulane, man. They ain't been on the poll in a long time. Carlos says, man, Demario Davis made me so proud when he was the first to kneel on one knee after he laid that hit. Demario Davis, we done covered this on the show. He's one of my favorite players, AJ Klein, Demario Davis. AJ Klein's a great person. You know, you got several really great individuals on the inside the Saints organization that I got a lot of love for. You know, Demario listens to the show. A few other Saints who listen to the show as well. And ex-Saints listen to the show. So trust and believe these words are from you and reach to these players because they listen. You got Jared Cook saying, well, I don't listen to all that. But trust and believe, they listen to it. A lot of them take it. If they're getting slack and stuff, they use it as fire or whatever, as motivation to get better, to prove doubters wrong. So trust me and believe, they hear what we say. But Demario Davis, always said this about Demario Davis. He's all right with me. He plays the game the way you're supposed to play the game. He beat their players to the ground with a knee. You know, and Demario is a terrific dude. He's an awesome guy, and he's a terrific player. And Demario Davis does it right, man. I got nothing but respect and love for Demario Davis, just like all of the who that's on the platform, man. He's an awesome dude, and he does it right, man. And that's how it's supposed to go. If you play football, that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be like Demario Davis. You're supposed to play with your heart on your sleeve, and you're supposed to be a good individual, and you're supposed to do good things in the community. Demario Davis is all right with me. Verlin, who that Verlin? He says, who that Big Q? What it do, Reverend Saint? Defense made some mincemeat gumbo out of Minshew. We that. We don't ever get the credit, but with the D plan at this level, we'll regulate the league. We're going to get them. Love that comment, Verlin. Appreciate it. We got a call coming in. You're rocking with the Sports Coma fam. Who am I speaking with?
It's Revolt Control, bro. What's up?
What's up, Revolt Control? What's happening, baby? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm chilling, man. I wasn't going to call in, man, but when you started talking about that chasing call last night, I said, man, you know what the worst part about that was?
What is it? What would you say?
When the guy, you was talking about it, but when the guy tried to tell everybody that the guy hit him below the knee. When it was clear. Now, he stumbled, and he dove, but he was pretty much in the man's upper thigh. It wasn't even like the lower thigh. Right. It was the upper thigh.
Right. It was right below his waistline. I'm like, what? Then the guy was bro, Revolt. The man said was like adamant what his response was. As you can clearly see, it was below his knee. Like, what? What kind of mind control is this?
They should have been embarrassed, man. They should have been embarrassed by that broadcast. They should have been embarrassed, man. That was ridiculous.
They don't think much of us, do they?
No, man. But, you know, I was kind of hard on Teddy today, man. Teddy, man. Oh. Woof.
Talk to me, bro. What? Now the family gonna tell you, Revolt. They're gonna say, listen, even though Teddy Bridgewater was overthrowing wide receivers, he was underthrowing wide receivers. Mm-hmm. He was taking sacks when he had no business taking sacks. The result is we're 13-6. Teddy Bridgewater was 24 of 36. He threw for 240 yards. He averaged just under 7 yards a throw. He had 1 touchdown, no interceptions, and he had a rating of 94.7. We got the win. What would you say to them?
Know what I'd tell them, Q?
Yes.
I would say, I'm going to hang in there. Y'all convinced me. I'm hanging in. I'm going to hang in, fam. All my who that brother and his sister and I'm going to hang in there with Teddy. I'm hanging in, man. 2 more games. God, I can last 2 more. But, you know, like that comment I put up, man, I think I'll include myself. People are looking to the future, and they're saying, if this guy is going to be our heir apparent, we want to see more. And I think, you know, I don't know if it's subconsciously, consciously, I may be thinking the same way because I was a big time Teddy supporter when Drew Brees first got hurt. Right. I was on Teddy bandwagon, but as the time has progressed, man, it's just I don't know. I know I don't know who the quarterback coach is. Is it what's the guy's name?
P. Carmichael.
Lambeau.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about the quarterback coach.
Oh, the quarterback coach. Oh,
Lambeau. Is it Lambeau?
I think it's Carmichael.
No, I'm sorry. I think
Joe Lombardi. Is that what you're trying to say?
Lombardi. That's what
Okay.
Lombardi. I kept saying Lambeau. Lombardi. Okay. I think Lombardi is the quarterback coach, but I don't know what the quarterback coaches do, but I thought they were supposed to look at the little nuanced things like that, like him holding the ball too long and, you know, missing guys and not going through completing his progressions, and when he gets pressure, he puts his head down. And well, he did it today. Mm-hmm. He put his head down a couple of times and didn't, you know, look up the field to throw. And he was missing guys. Guys was open, and Teddy was missing. It seemed like he was getting the pressure, and he didn't have confidence that the line was going to block it up. And now, you know, since Drew Brees has been with us, nobody all-out blitzes the Saints. Nobody. But the Jaguars did it today, an all-out blitz. And Teddy didn't connect. He put his head down and took the sack. Pretty much just laid down. And you know, we got what, 5 weeks of film on him, and people are saying, okay, he does this, he doesn't do this, and they're playing him a certain way now. And you know, Fangio is a pretty good D coordinator. He's the coach at Chicago, and he's given us trouble over the last couple of years with up in Seattle when he was up there. So I don't know. It might be kind of tough, man. I'm gonna keep hope alive, but shit, man.
I think we'll be. I think we'll be all right. Revolt. I think Fangio is Vic Fangio moved on from the D coordinator in Chicago. He's the coach of the the Denver Broncos now.
Oh, okay.
So, but
okay.
but a lot of his principles and the things that he was doing is there. Matt Nagy, I think he's a former offensive coordinator for the Chiefs under Andy Reid. He's the Bears guy. He's the guy that's actually more offensive minded. Defensively, they're still very much so they kind of having a little problem with the quarterback situation. But like we said, Chase Daniels is leading that situation. He knows about the Saints offense and defense principles being here. Also Big Hakeem Hicks that sits down there in the defensive interior is a very serious person. He'd be motivated every time they play Chicago. When Knicks gets a chance to play Chicago, the last few times we had when he played the Saints, he was pretty disruptive. So we got to count on our offensive line to kind of handle that big sucker. But he's a pretty rough customer. But I think we're gonna be all right though.
He need to talk to Reverend Saint, man. So you go.
Yeah, baby.
So he can get rid of them old burdens, man. Lay his burdens down by the riverside.
Yeah, baby. I just don't understand, baby, how they don't get that, baby. You gotta let it go, baby. You was a saint, but listen, baby. Once a saint, always a saint, baby. Don't you understand that, baby? They don't get that, baby. You don't be a saint, then you turn away and you're not a saint anymore, baby. Once a saint, always a saint, baby. That's a part of you that's staying you, baby. You don't have to act like that, baby. You ain't learned what being a saint's it's all about, baby. You don't get that, baby. Now listen here, Hicks. I'm gonna tell you something, Hicks, baby. You gotta learn forgiveness, baby. We learn forgiveness. We let them back in the fold all the time, baby. That's what being a saint is about, baby. Who that to you,
That's
baby?
Right. That's right, Reverend Saint. Shit. I know I just cursed to the Reverend, but that's my bad. Reverend, I'm about to grab. Look, I got me some Malibu rum up here on top of the refrigerator, Rev.
All right.
I'm about to bust it open. It's been up there about 2 months. I know it's Sunday, Rev. You don't like to hear this kind of talk. I got me a pot of gumbo going, Rev. I just hooked up. I'm going to let somebody else get on, Rev. So y'all, who that, Rev? Who that, Q?
Who that, baby? Appreciate you, baby. Hey, baby, listen,
I'll holler at y'all, fam.
Appreciate you, baby. Who that to you, baby? Be safe out there,
All
baby.
right.
Who that?
Y'all be cool now.
All right.
Who that?
Who that, baby? Appreciate you, there. That's Revolt calling in. Appreciate Revolt Control Radio out of ATL, one of our brethren way up in Atlanta, surrounded by the Dirty Birds. But guess what? They ain't bugging him. They are really quiet. It's like a church mouse running. It's really quiet. All right, family, more. The lines are still open, 504-475-4482. I appreciate the family calling in, Revolt and others. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate your family. Hit the like button if you're in the live stream, family. Please feel free to hit the like button to get the likes up in the live stream, family. Thank you very much. Keeping it moving. Jerome says, I don't see how that was a personal foul on Davids. What are you supposed to do to let the man catch the ball? He didn't turn not to hit him too hard. Right, I mean, and DeMario knew it was a problem. The man kind of ducked down, and DeMario caught him at the right. It was a bang play, and I think the referees understood that. They didn't eject him, and the way he was, and he got down. Notice they could have ejected him and threw him out the game like they did that cornerback that hit Jared Cook in the helmet. They threw that asshole out of there, and then he was celebrating going out. So I mean, he was smiling and all that kind of stuff. And see, I don't like that. You don't do all that foolishness. If you know you did something wrong, you didn't mean to hit the man, apologize, show some humility. We don't need all that stuff. We don't need all that extra stuff. You know you hurt somebody out there, show some humility. Don't be running off smiling and all that stuff and making gestures to the crowd. That's totally inappropriate. But you seen DeMario Davis. He didn't get ejected because the referee seen that he was upset about what happened, and he got down on the knee, and they looked at his body language, and they say, okay, yeah, we ain't going to do him nothing. You can see he was sorrowful for what he did. Devin, who that? He says, I would rather a better game, but I will take the W's any way we can get them. Thank you, Devin. I'm with you on that. Thank you, sir. Scoob says, Verlin, what it do? Demi says, hold on here. Just scrolled on me right when I got to you, Demi. Hold on, baby. Hold on here. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. It scrolled real good on me. Okay, here we go. Does anyone knows what time the Saints plan will arrive? No, I don't. No, I don't. On that one, Demi. Maybe one of the family members can answer that one. I don't have that information. Verlin, who that Verlin says, I'm not worried about all about Chicago. I think the O-line can handle Hicks and Mack. The D's is ready for anyone. I can't see any style they could play being successful, especially backups. Thank you there, Verlin. Derek says, Verlin speaking the truth. Who that? Verlin says, who that? Scoob. Scoops, Derek was good. The family talking to each other. Scoops say been waiting for the Rev. Vernon, who that Vernon? Vernon says one more big road test for Bridgewater in Chicago before Breeze gets back. Who that? Who that to you, Vernon Joseph? Subscribe if you ain't a subscriber, fam. DJ says 4-0. Derek, Scoop, sorry fam, it's all love. I'm just trying to get this Coma order in while the whole family in one place, all right? Dada says, Big Q, you and Reverend Saints are too funny. Dada. Revolt says, Reverend Saint sounds more like a pimp than a reverend. LOL. And Revolt must have not been on the show when the Reverend spoke about his history. When the Reverend talked about his past. I forgot what show that was. But family, we working on putting together a best of Reverend Saint. We working on that right now, putting together a best. It's a reel of all the Reverend's sayings and his knowledge and the stuff that he threw out. We're working on a best of the Reverend Saint reel. So if y'all like that idea, throw a thumbs up or who that to that or whatnot, because we're working on that right now to put that out to the family. A best of the Reverend Saint through the Sports Coma Live, so y'all guys can hear the best of Reverend Saint. So if y'all like that idea, throw that out there. Throw a who that up or who that to Reverend Saint, and let us know if y'all feeling that idea, family. Scoop says, okay, Revolt, that's pretty funny. 0985, who that, fam? Let's see. Adrian says, if you enjoy Sports Coma as much as I do, hit the thumbs up, share, notification button, show your support. Who that? Thank you, Adrian. Derek says, Scoop, she writes she here listening. She's a saint. Scoop says she right here listening. Tango Jamo says, God on our side. You saw Pope Francis tweet. That's right, too. The Pope, he said a prayer for the saints, accident or truth. Might have been both. But still in all, a saint gonna ride with a saint, right? I'm telling you. 985 says, cool and enjoying a blessed day. And you, Verlin, who that? Larry says, bro, what about the building collapse? I know. We covered that on the last show. Big Smoke threw it in the live stream about the Hard Rock building falling. And one person, I think, died in the building collapse down here in New Orleans. So our prayers go out to the families that was involved in that tragedy, because it had 20 plus people that were injured. A building collapse. You should have seen the footage. We showed it on the show last night. The crane came falling down, and man, that's a horrible thing. For something as big as a crane, those cranes stand as tall as most of those buildings. You're talking 30, 40 stories, 50, some of them higher than that. And those cranes come falling, smashing down to the ground, and you got people that just happen to be in the area while it's happened. You had 20 plus injuries and one death so far that I know about. I've been keeping a little eye on it. So our prayers out to the people and family. Make sure y'all throw prayers out to them as well. So that's a tremendous, very, very, very distraught thing. Thank you for throwing that out there, Larry. Verlin says, true that, blessings up for the collapse victims. I concur. I echo those sentiments. I'm in ATL. Did they find the missing people? I'm not sure on that, Larry. I think they had 1 or 2 people there. I'm gonna have to check it again. I didn't check it since late last night. Then he says, Q, let's also mention Grambling State, Southern University, and Nicholls State, which all won their games yesterday. It's a Louisiana thing. See, we in Louisiana, I didn't even realize that. I didn't check on Southern or Nicholls State or Grambling State. That's big. Big ups to all the Louisiana schools doing it big, man. It's the energy of the state of Louisiana, the people. It's almost like we put in a harvest of goodness and it's coming back all at once. That's how it's supposed to be. Paul says, Q on the running game struggled but came on when needed. Teddy's still holding the ball too long. He's going to get hurt next if he's not careful. He's going down in a weird way. I see Teddy is going down. Even the witless commentator said that. You see that Teddy Bridgewater, when he goes down head first. That's true. He can't do that. He's going to have to learn better than that. And he got to get rid of the ball, man. Teddy Bridgewater just going to have to learn how to start throwing the ball or checking it down. Stop getting greedy. Stop being greedy and looking to try to throw up top. If you don't see it there, check it down instantaneously till you check down, man. Work on that clock. You have 2 more games to get it together, family. 2 more games before we get into the bye week, and Drew will make his celebrated return. 2 more games of Teddy Bridgewater, family, so enjoy it. Larry says, for sure, Louisiana weekend. Derek, who that Derek? He said, what's bro? Paul says, Davis' hit was just in the floor of the game, not like some guys who would be smiling and laughing about it. Yeah, I agree, Paul. I enjoyed how Murray ran today, and I had that used the fullback some good plays. They mixed up a little bit. I would like to see a little bit more, but I'm happy from what I've seen. And hopefully Sean Payton's seen enough of Latavius Murray to increase his snaps to over 10 a game. Hopefully he's seen that Latavius Murray can play football. You know, hopefully he's seen that and utilize him a little bit more. Larry said, good here, voices to the comments. Now I feel like we talking in the sports bar. I do have that. Only thing we need though is open up the liquor section and have some hot wings passed around. Till got the hot wings. Till got all the food. So maybe we need to meet at Till's joint. Let's see. Lombardi. Yeah, Joe Lombardi, the QB coach. Thank you, family. Paul says, I think Chiefs are on a slide. Andy Reid better get it together. He may be fired before. Well, they lost to the Texans today. It was a good game, but the Texans actually got them in that one. That just show you, NFL, it's pros everywhere. You could be beat on any given Sunday, and nobody could really be considered a favorite. If you don't bring it, you can get beat. That's what the NFL mean to me. Jerome said, did y'all see that hit of how David get flagged? That guy didn't. Did y'all see that hit? How David get flagged? That guy didn't. I hear you, Jerome. Let me address the comment you said about Andrews Pete. Andrews Pete, a lot of people don't. It's a like it or love. It's a hate it or love it thing with Andrews Pete that I see a lot of people deal with. But the reality at the end of the day is Andrews Pete is considered one of the best players on the offensive line they have. When Teron Armstead gets hurt, Teron Armstead is the Saints' best offensive lineman right now. The position he plays is the most important position on the offensive line because it protects the quarterback's blind side. That's what Teron Armstead do. What happens every time Teron Armstead get hurt and he got dinged up in this game? What happened? He slid Andrews Pete out to left tackle. That's what they always do. You have to have a lot of trust in your offensive lineman who's a left guard to slide him to tackle to the best protective position for your quarterback because he's right-handed. And his blind side, they have a lot of trust in Andrews Pete. I hope they give him the money to keep him. Because if Teron Armstead wasn't your started offensive lineman on that side, guess who would be starting over there? Guess who would be starting there? If Teron Armstead got hurt or God forbid or end up getting released or what have you, guess who they put over there? It's going to be Andrews Pete. They do it every time he get hurt. They don't have a backup offensive lineman. They just put in there. They just run Andrews Pete out there. So just to throw it at you. But I feel you on that. Andrew, a lot of questionable calls in this game, man. Real questionable calls. I didn't like the call on Cam Jordan because you're seeing him with one hand on the dude's chest, not in his throat, but on his chest, but beneath his throat. But you seen the guy had 2 hands on Cam. How you see 1 over 2? I just see that kind of stuff makes me just might question everything about what kind of officiating are you doing? And are you really doing the officiating, or are you just some old stooge on the field getting instruction from the league office on which calls to make? So it'll seem like everything uniform. See, it's part of this is smoke and mirrors, just like all the special effects. Remember, the NFL use a lot of special effects. They got all the planes flying over. They got the special effects that go off when the players come out. They got smoke screens they send to make it seem cool. They got laser shows. They do all that. They're in the entertainment business. At the end of the day, have you lost your way? Have you became too much entertainment to the point where you forgot how to manage games of football? You know where the catch is. Do you know where the catch is? They don't even know what a catch is anymore. They don't know what roughing the pass is anymore. There's a such thing where if you hit a quarterback here or there, and according to their own rules, they can't even get it right. So have you become so much of an entertainment league that you forgot what football is all about? Have you become that? That is what you need to look in the mirror, because I'm telling you, all the thing it takes is a real football league to come around, because you're getting real complacent. And it's the same thing. That's why competition is good. I don't buy into what old Rockefeller was saying about competition is a sin and all this kind of nonsense. That's foolishness. That's for monopoly-minded men. But if you want to thrive in society, you got to have competition. You got to have multiple areas of multiple things out there where you can have selection to choose where you go. That's how you keep businesses honest. That's how you keep people from charging too much. That's how you keep things sensible and not where they gouging the people. Where you have selection and the people to make a decision to go to who will treat them the best and who will do them right. That's all it's about. do people right. That's the basic scenario. And for those idiots that don't know what doing people right is, just think about it like if you don't want somebody to come slap you upside your damn head. You don't want somebody to slap you upside your head, then don't slap people upside their head. If you don't want somebody to take your money, don't take nobody else's money. Stuff like that. If you don't know, if nobody taught you that, then just know whatever you don't want somebody to do to you, don't do it to them. That's a simple thing. But the league has really lost its way and it got too greedy and got too far out there, and let a real football league come around that pose competition to them, that really do it the right way, and watch how things change around. Watch how they turn around. I'm just telling you, man. Business is business, and no matter where it comes from. Even Cuban said that. The owner of the Dallas Mavericks said that 5+ years ago. He said, I could see the decline of the NFL. The NFL going to start declining now. He was like, man, that dude crazy. No, he knew, because he understands how important it is to treat people a certain way. And if the league is doing all these critical little things that's playing with your intelligence, like calling catches that's not a catches, calling pass interference that's not a pass interference, and then, and then the point you get so much pressure on you because your officials are blind or not blind, they're controlled, and people don't realize that how you have 3 officials in that Saints game and nobody makes the call. And they had one guy about to throw his flag that he kept his hand off the flag. They're telling me something wrong with that. You can't play with my intelligence. Let me know that you were supposed to throw that flag and you're going to try to justify and say it was a mistake. Bull crap, man. You lost a lot of people too because of that. And a lot of people walked away from football because of that, because it was a blatant indication of some aspect of it was amazingly controlled. And that is very unnerving. It upsets and it plays with most people's mind states. And I have friends that lost their family members to watching Saints games, that had heart attacks and passed away watching the Saints. Seriously, I had a friend of mine who's lost his father that way. His father had a heart attack and died in one of the games. I forgot what game it was. I think it was the Minnesota Miracle, not the Miracle, the Saints game where they was throwing the ball back and something like that. So one of those games, he lost his father to a heart attack. I'm telling you, people take it serious, man, and you gotta do it the right way. Anyway, let's keep it going, family. Larry says 2 deaths, 1 missing. Like I said, we got it that. Let's see. What did my screen scroll on me? Let's see. I think Chiefs on the slide. Okay, Paul says Vince Lombardi's grandson, but ain't like his granddad or with coaching the QB. Scoop say he does data, but so do most pimps in the pulpit. Jared Cook is playing up for now. I hope he can be consistent game in and game out. He was 3 for 3 in this one, 3 targets, 3 catches. He had a touchdown this one, Paul. As long as they go to the man and get him going, I think he'll be fine. Scoop says, found by the riverside, down. Mr. Brown, who that to you? Said the Cardinals all over Atlanta. See, it just gets no better. All Louisiana teams doing good. Atlanta, who's a rival, they falling through the floor. Dallas is a rival, they falling through the floor. LSU doing too. I mean, it's just all beautiful, man. It's all good right now. Got a call coming in. What's happening, fam? You're rocking with the Sports Coma, who I'm speaking with.
Big Q, what the opposite of having to do? It's your boy Scoop. Do it too.
What up, Scoop? What's happening, baby?
Ain't much, man. Just chilling. Ain't much. Happy our boys got that W today. That's for sure.
Oh, hey, man, that's your squad too, baby. We got
yes,
that
sir.
W today, man, and that's what I'm talking about. Saints improved the 5-1, 4-0 under Teddy Roosevelt. So how you love that?
Teddy throws exactly, yo. So hype off that Teddy Roosevelt. I'm gonna give you that second nickname, Laddie Daddy. He was shutting it down today, baby. Yo, he been putting in that work like it's rookie season, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Scoop.
Yo, I'm so surprised I heard something earlier today that he was like needing motivation from DeMario or whatever, but okay. Whatever it takes. He's back to shutting it down like he was in his first season. Now, let's go, baby.
Right.
Let's do what it do.
That's right.
Yo, hey, Q, I was so mad yesterday. I was hanging, these uber rich cats had me hanging like 4 TVs on the deck yesterday. I couldn't call in. It was like 100 people calling you yesterday. I had to be in that number, man. I couldn't do it. I was so mad I couldn't get to you yesterday, man. It was crazy.
That's all good, Scoop. You got through today, baby. That's all that count, bro.
Damn sure did. I wasn't going 2 days without hollering at the family. That's for sure.
That's right.
Yo, So listen, I got a couple bullet points here, right?
All right.
So why these talking heads acting like they seemingly surprised that teams ain't able to get their star players going versus us, man? It's us. Like what? Oh, he can't run today. Oh, they're not doing this today. Oh, no, the Saints are that. We're stopping them from doing that. Recognize that.
Right.
Where's that? What? How is it now? Oh, well, he can't get off today. They're going away from the run. Why didn't the Dallas Cowboys stay with the run? Why they abandoned it? Because they got this heavy line up front that's stopping these cats from doing what they're trying to do. What do you mean? Why can't they? We taking them off their game? It's not like they just stopped and said, "Oh, okay, let's go to something else. Let's try something." Nigga, please. But anyway, all right. So I'm gonna switch it to a little bit of basketball real quick because being from Philly, I'm a Sixers fan, but the Pels are growing on me, man.
All right.
The Pels are growing on me, bro. I find myself saying "we" when I'm talking about them. Like, I can't do it, bro. I'm changing up. I can't have two teams I'm a fan of.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
you sure okay. You can have one in the East and one in the West, baby. You know what I'm saying? You can have more than one team. Yes, sir.
Oh, man, no. I'm supposed to be a Sixers fan, but I keep saying we every time I talk about the Pels. Yo, Zion got me tripping, man. I'm like,
bad boy, bro. He was a bad boy there, bro.
I'm about to see it though, man. I'm coming down from the 25th to the 1st, man.
Okay.
I'm coming down. I'm going to the Arizona game.
All right.
I wish you could do something with organizing a tailgate / meet and greet for the family or something when I come down. But you know,
yeah, we're gonna look into it. We're gonna look into it, Scuba, and see what we can do, man, and see if we can put something together for the family. That would be awesome. To see what we can do. That's a couple weeks from now, but we'll try to go over it and see what we come up with, bro.
Well, I got 5 on some turkey ham or something. Say no, I'm just So look. All right, another one of these bullet points is how did Allen deploy that line today, man? That containment on the mustache was absolutely beautiful to death.
That was cool.
Oh, not trying to rush and blitz like crazy, but to stay in containment, not trying to let him get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that was great. That's like the way to stop. I mean, they're nobody for real, but they were so hyped on his whatever the heck you want to call him. Oh, he can do this, he can do that. Man, DA showed you. He showed you how to knock Dallas upside the head. Now everybody's doing it. He just showed you how to mess with Minshew, whatever, again, and now people going to do it again. We got it, bro. The defense is rounded into shape. Special teams, looked a little iffy today. And Teddy Roosevelt was a little erratic in the first. I think, like I said in the comments earlier, I think Teddy was road Teddy got a little bit more to work on than home Teddy.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's definitely a comfortability level difference in home and away.
Correct. Home Teddy looked so poised, and road Teddy today was overthrowing so many folks in the first quarter. I was like, oh, come on, Pippen.
Right.
Can we do something different? But I mean, again, I was working today, so I didn't see it, but I was listening to it like I was listening to the family yesterday. But all right, and then switch another gear. Can we get a big up for Derek and Adrian, man, for the work they be putting in?
Big ups.
Like maybe a moment of silence. Can we pass can we pass the virtual plate around or something? Yo, they be putting in that work, Pimpin'.
Yeah,
they be putting in that work. Yo, I love Adrian, man. She gets it in for real.
Yes.
And Derek was a little late to respond to me today. I think his wife was next to him because I called him Pippin. She's probably like, "What do you mean Pippin? What he know?" Yo, it's crazy.
But you heard what happened the first call when he called himself trying to call up here without his girlfriend permission. He got an earful, didn't he?
Yeah, I heard you. Yo, and then what you said was priceless, yo. That was funny. I was cracking up, yo.
Oh man, that's bad. But you know what though? I'm gonna tell you something, Scoob. They tell me I'm part comedian, bro. They say I'm part teacher, I'm part comedian. I'm part sports guy. I got all kind of stuff going on here, family. So I just, that just roll out, bro. That just roll out, bro.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And I was waiting for the Rev. I thought you was a little tired from preaching the earlier sermon today.
Nah, baby.
Being Sunday and all.
Nah, baby. Nah,
right.
Nah, baby. They never tired, baby. Never tired to talk about the Saints, baby. It's gonna be all right, baby. They're gonna be all right, baby.
Exactly. Look. Reverend / pimp say Dada, right? / pimping.
I told him, baby, they ain't tell me, but he must ain't remember hearing the show, baby, when I broke down my history and where I came from, baby. I had to tell the people, I had to testify that day and told them, baby. I had to tell them where I come from, baby. Yeah, I don't know if he heard the show, baby.
Yo, and you gotta make sure you do that soundbite or whatever you said, the Reverend Pimpin or the Reverend
the best of Reverend Saint.
Reverend Saint. Yeah, you said the best. Yeah, you gotta do that, man, because you have me and my girl dying over here with that, yo. Oh my God!
I'm gonna do it, bro. We're gonna put it together. We're gonna take at least about 10 to 15 different clips from Reverend Saint. We're gonna mesh them together in a collage, and we're gonna put it out to the page so everybody can get a hold of Reverend Saint. But it's pretty neat, man. We had the idea the other day to do it. They said you need to do a best of Reverend Saint, man, and put it out to the family. I think they'll enjoy that. And I said, you know what, we're gonna see about doing that. So we're gonna kind of get all of them together and just put something out like that, a collage or like a best of Reverend Saint. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be, man. How about, can we get Rev a t-shirt? What's poppin'? Can the good Reverend get a t-shirt, baby?
Let me tell you something, baby. I got a t-shirt, baby. It's called God is a Saints Fan, baby. That was my idea, baby. That was me, baby. I came out and said, you know what, baby? God's a Saints fan, baby. We're gonna come out with a shirt called Rivers. God is a Saints fan, baby. You know that I had to think about it, baby. I was the one that came up with that idea, baby. Just to let you know, baby. Who that, baby?
That's what's up. So look, I ain't gonna take as long as old boy yesterday. I forget his name, but he had some good bullet points in the beginning. Then I started saying like, Q, I love you, Pippin, and we all do, but cut some people short sometimes, yo. He had the 15-minute call. I was driving to Home Depot to get something I had in the TV I was doing. I almost crashed. Like, Q, let him go. Can we try to call in and let him go?
Well, you about to get Demi fired up in here, bro. You about to get Demi all fired up here. You know how Demi goes off on that. You know she don't like that.
Oh, we love Demi though, man. She is so great, man. Everybody, man. I ain't gonna single nobody out because if I say a couple names, it'll be cast like, damn school. I'm not even gonna comment on that he said no more. I ain't trying to single nobody out. We all love you, Pimpin. You the man, bro. And I swear, I'm coming down there. I'll be down there for 8 days for my 50th birthday celebration. First time in New Orleans. I'm trying to do it big. I want to meet as many of the cats. I know maybe it's not the good YouTube guideline thing to meet people you're talking to behind the computer, but whatever. I'm trying to be down there and having as much fun as I can, soaking in and get to meet my family, bro.
That's what's
I
up.
mean, we can't. I know I speak for all of us when I say we can't wait to hear you when you're coming on. When I get that message, I'll be like, Big Q, got to hit it. Got to hit it, bro.
Hey, Scoob, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, brother. Hey, listen, man. The way it's this, bro. I feel the same way about the family. Y'all, all the support, the love y'all give, bro. Y'all make it easy for me to do this, bro. And like I said, it's all about the family, man. I give all the respect and love to the family, man. Straight up.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So, again, I really appreciate the work you put in. And wait, I ain't ready to go yet. That cat took 15 minutes yesterday. I want at least another 2-3 minutes. Don't even try it. So, but look. Is Laddie Daddy for real or what, bro?
He
got
bro.
Everything down, cousin.
Bro, I told Dad, one of the family members said, man, let's trade him for Ramsey. And I said, no, we will not trade him for Ramsey. And I said, well, you got to understand, bro, is that you got to get a man an opportunity to show up. And what did he do? When he showed up 3 games later, through the season, Drew into the fourth, the fifth, the rest, he's shutting down everybody. There ain't nobody getting catches. DJ Chalk, I didn't even check Chalk's stats out, but I think he got like 3 or 4 catches. It wasn't too much like he was used to, his yardage and stuff that he used to get. So, I mean, he shut him down too.
He caught that pass over the middle because Klein was on the out. I'm hurt. Let me come right back in, and then got like a 30-yard reception. But what he catch on Laddie? Like a one catch or something? It was a zone thing where he caught it on Laddie, and then the one man up joint he caught was like for a couple yards. He didn't do anything against us.
No, he was totally held in check. Let's see, Chalk's production. He was 3 catches for 43 yards. And that was pretty much it.
Ooh.
3 catches for 43 yards, and none of them were hitting on anything. Their 2 top targets, D.D. Westbrook, give credit to Lattimore, who was mostly on Chalk. He had 3 catches for 43 yards, and one of them came on A.J. Klein, like you astutely said. The other one, D.D. Westbrook, was covered by Apple, and he was only allotted 3 catches for 53 yards. Their top receiver was Leonard Fournette, 6 carries, 46 yards. So a lot. That, just to be honest with you, they were terrific in shutting down their wide receivers and taking their offense away from them. Minshew, 14 of 29, had 163 laughable yards and interception. Leonard Fournette was held to under 75 yards. He had 20 carries for 72 yards with a 3.6 yard average. So, I mean, what the Saints defense did is just pretty much took away anything that they had to get going, including Leonard Fournette. Once they smothered Leonard Fournette, Minshew could not respond by getting the ball to his playmakers. Big ups to the Saints secondary, both Eli Apple and Laddie Daddy. They turned in a hell of a performance up there, man.
Correct, bro. And they need to start appreciating us, man. I mean, these talking heads, so what? When they get on our bandwagon, I really hate that because I'll be like, nah, no room for you now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I dislike the hate so much. Like, they can't do this. Well, how come he's not producing? How come? Why couldn't this? Because this Saints is taking it away from them. Speak that. The first 2 games, we were getting gassed because of runs on the outside. Mm-hmm. All right, and then I had to hear from these Eagles fans over here. Oh, we got the top run defense, and because you got bums that you're playing against. You're not playing against nobody, right? And so, and they're trying to run up the middle on these 2 320-pound fat guys you got in the middle. Okay, we understand. Nobody's going to do anything, right? Nobody's going to do anything against that. But so come on, man, stop it. Just give us put some stink on that Saints name when you say it. Like I said about Laddie Daddy, put some stink on it. When you put that name together, say it like you mean it. The Saints going to do something, not just I was watching it. No, the Saints did it, bro. The Saints did. Come on, man. Say something to give us our props. Stop it. But we can't do it, man.
No.
For some reason, the chump missioner just gets. Right. I guess the narrative flows down from his office, and the talking heads. They all want to say. I sat there the other day in earnest, trying to wait for what Nate Gurleson was going to say about us. See if he was going to offer up something. He was like, oh, no, well, yeah, I think Jacksonville is going to pull it out. The Saints are ripe for the picking. I'm like, what? What shows you that we're ripe for the picking? Like, we're doing so much. We made so many strides since Jeff for president, Ireland, and got here. We'd have made so many. The biggest drawback since those 2 7-9 seasons when Payton fired all the doctors because we couldn't return anybody healthy. We lost like a couple cats to D-back from Pittsburgh and Delvin Breaux. And we lost so many cats because we couldn't return anybody. And we were just like with the Joe Vitt, who couldn't possibly develop a linebacker if he had a film on a linebacker and he was in the black room with the chance to actually make a picture of him. Like, come on, man. He fired everybody. He got rid of everything. And since then, and we brought in Ireland, the biggest problem now is how to sign all the cats that we've been hitting on.
Yeah.
Since he's gotten here. You know what I'm saying? That's our biggest problem.
That's very true.
Right. So wake up and smell the coffee. We are the elite team now. And if it wasn't for the Minnesota somewhat miracle, if it wasn't for Mr. 43 making that lamb-like missed tackle, you know what I'm saying? And then the bogus call that, like you said, we didn't lose because of that. We lost because old boy couldn't catch the touchdown. Okay, 2 years in a row, we showed you that we're right there on the cusp of being Super Bowl bound winners or whatever. This is the third year. We're there again. We're headed there again. Wake up and smell the coffee. Put some stink on that name, bro. Who that?
They can't do it.
You know what I'm saying?
They can't do it, bro, because they don't have a vision, bro. They don't have the vision to understand who we are. And I'm glad they don't, because every foolish thing they say only come back to bite them. And just makes them make them look even foolish. And that's the part of the culture of the Saints. We part of exposing. If you notice, a lot of the critical and controversial situations that occur in the league, the Saints are usually behind it. And there's a spiritual component about that, because usually most Saints expose darkness. They bring darkness. They expose the darkness. They expose the negative things in some of these entities. So when you choose, when the city of New Orleans opted to choose a name and take on a name, why take on the name Saints? Why they didn't take on a name like the Dragons or something else? But they took on that name when most people didn't take on the name. It's a spiritual component to it that's attached to a lot of powerful things. And the part of it, I think, why the commissioner doesn't like the Saints that much, because we've been showing him up, and we crack away at the veneer of this fake integrity thing. And we'll continue to do that. So, I mean, I'm not the least, like Nate Gurleson, like you said, that was funny. And about most of these buffoons that don't know about our team, they don't know football, and they just up there for shock value. But sooner or later, frauds like them will be exposed. So, I mean, we just keep plugging away and keep doing what we're doing, and we'll expose them and the rest of them clowns out there and the buffoons out there for being the frauds they are. So, I mean, I wouldn't even be concerned about that, Scoob. Who that to you, baby?
All right, man. I'm going to let you go now so I can listen. I know somebody else is either dying to call in or trying to hear my voice right now. So, but big homie, I love you, man. Keep on doing what you do, and I'm going to holler back at you.
Thank you, cuz. Peace. Same to you, cuz. Peace out to you.
Who that weed from Philly?
Who that Philly, baby? Who that Scoob? Peace out, baby.
All right, baby.
One. There goes Scoob, man. My boy Scoob, we're in Philadelphia, family. Send out some love to my boy Scoob up there. He in Philly holding it down. A lot of angry Philly fans up there as well. I think Philly lost today as well. Yeah, they lost. They got blown out they beat by 18 by the Vikings, 38-20. So there's a lot of angry Philly fans up there, not to say the least. And looking at some of the scores from the rest of the day, family, the Jets beat the Cowboys to get their first win of the season by beating the Cowboys 24-22. The Cowboys have lost 3 games in a row. This three weeks ago, the Cowboys was the greatest thing since sliced bread, the greatest thing since curly fries, the greatest thing since homemade ice cream. All of a sudden, it's 3-3 now. Oh my goodness, this is too good. The Broncos got a win. They knocked off the Titans 16-0. The Panthers got a win. They beat the Buccaneers 37-26. Seahawks are 5-1 as well. They beat the Browns. All the hype around the Browns. The Browns are 2-4 now. They lose 32-28. Today the Texans get the best of Mahomes, and the Chiefs 31-24. The Redskins fire Jay Gruden, and they got a win. They beat the hopeless Dolphins 17-16. I mentioned the Eagles score. Of course, the Saints did what they did, 13-6. Ravens over the Bengals, 23-17. Niners remain undefeated. They topped the Rams 20-7, dropping the Rams to 3-3. So look at the favorites. These teams supposed to be favorites, and they got their players. What's their excuses? You got an excuse. You got a hurt ankle from Elvin Kamara and Drew Brees missing, but only thing you do is win. But you look at these buffoonish teams out here that got all their players and they falling through the floor. Don't talk to me about my Saints, and don't tell me somebody else a contender if they're not my team. Come on now. I keep saying it's a spiritual component to this here. And it's you out here playing, either you a team or you a family. If you a family and you playing as a family, you're gonna win a lot of games. Because you lose together, we win together. And it's a joy you get from winning together that you'll play for the man or the woman next to you. So that y'all all win as an organization because you love the field to win as a unit. There's no greater feeling, to win as a unit. So that's a little stuff on that. The Cardinals got the win today. They beat the Falcons 34-33. That's amazing. The Cardinals are now, 2-3-1? How do you lose to the Cardinals with a rookie-ass quarterback? See what I'm saying, family? They are now 1-5. Absolutely amazing. 0-4 on the road. The Cardinals, they're going to get rid of their coach real soon, too. A lot of these teams falling through the floor, man. They missing what the Saints don't have. But anyway, family, let me hit up a few of your comments. We're going to keep turning this thing out before we give away my offense. You know, usually traditionally after the recaps of the games, I usually give my offensive grades. A through F for offense, defense, or special teams. We'll do that in just a moment. I want to get through a few more of your comments before I start to do that. And let's get to it. Paul says, I think the Chiefs are on the slide. Andy Reid better get together, or he been fired before. Hold on, I think I went a little further down. Okay, all right. Okay, Mr. Brown, who that to you, Mr. Brown? He says the Cardinals all over Atlanta. Paul says Teddy Bridgewater dodged the bullet again with not having to win the game with his arm. He did throw for over 200 yards, 240-something yards in the score. He took 3 sacks, but still in all, he was able to get the win. Demi says Louisiana Tech won yesterday, 69-21. I don't know who they played. Thank you, Adrian, for all that you're doing. And please feel free, family, if you want to support the platform, to hit the link. Check out the Pro Shop on Teespring, like Dada and the rest of the good family. Check out the shirts and whatnot. There is the Teddy Bridgewater shirt is available. The Teddy Bridgewater shirt is available. It's there. It's 2 different designs on the Teddy Bridgewater. It's the words, and the other one's just a picture of Teddy Bridgewater staring. You looking at Crescent City Bridgewater is the name of the shirt. Is now available at the Sports Coma shop. The Underdog shirt, I know we had to advertise when we play. We'll play it momentarily toward the end of the show to show you the ad with the Underdogs. Great, a beautiful shirt. Got the big ass fleur-de-lis on the front of it with the words Underdog in gold lettering across the front of it. Really nice shirt. Comes in all kind of colors, black, white, all kind of colors and all kind of sizes for you, for the women, for the men, and for the children. Even onesies for babies, coffee cups, all that stuff. The Pro Shop. You can get 25% off with the code BIGQ25 for the whole month of October. It's our way of giving back to the family members for helping us in this platform. We don't just take. I understand the principles of wealth here. I understand that in order to get wealth, you must circulate it. You can't jam it up like a dam and expect to get it. We have to circulate stuff. I circulate it around to my family. I circulate the love around to my family, and we circulate wealth around. So I definitely holistic is a part of my belief cycle, and in my spirit to be able to give to the people who give to me. It's an endless loop of love and everything, and that's how we do it here. That's why this platform is one of the best out there. So when I say the Sports Coma, the #1 independent Saints podcast in land, I'm not coming off of ego. I'm coming off the fact that I believe in the people out there because they believe in me. To spend 2 or 3 hours of their day listening or watching me talk about the Saints with them. They can turn on any television. There are other shows that talk about the Saints. They can go anywhere else, but they choose to be here listening and conversing in this family. That is special. That is special. And that's why I hold that to the highest regard. So thank you. Who that to my family. I got to tell you that because it's the truth. Scoop says, molest the like button. Very unique way of saying it, Scoop. Thank you, Scoop. As Dada says, I agree that it's basically what they are. Most women love them. Paul says, Teddy Bridgewater is Steve Walsh in a different body for sure. I wouldn't go that far, Paul. I wouldn't call him Steve Walsh. He's a lot better than Steve Walsh, I would imagine. Come on. I don't think Steve Walsh won as many games as Teddy Bridgewater. Metalhead says, 51 watching, 38 likes. Someone not hitting that button. Please hit that like button, family. Please take a moment, just takes a second to hit the like button and subscribe if you aren't a subscriber. And also make sure you turn on your notification. It looks like a little bell there. Make sure you hit that bell too to be notified when we do other shows. Metalhead says, Steve Walsh ever score? Who that to Q? That's what Paul says. Larry, 2 deaths, 1 missing. Paul, you need a picture, Mr. Historian. That's Scoop says. Thumbs up. Scoop says 40 likes were appreciated. I beloved Q. Thank you, Scoop. Derek says, what up, bro? My typo on the first one. LOL. What up, Derek? Who that to you, fam? Texans couldn't beat the black and gold, baby. They couldn't. We was all over them. And many other teams can't beat the black and gold, fam. Rams losing. I love it. Paul says, we owe Tom Benson a lot. He fought hard to keep the Saints in New Orleans. We could be calling them the San Antonio Saints. They almost moved back then. And that was the thing. He made a commitment to the city. But it was basically all set up. He was going to bring them back to San Antonio. We're going to play out of the Alamo Dome. And, you know, like Paul is, I follow my team. I know the history of my team. And I know what time it is with my team. Also look at it from 2 different ways. Tom Benson wanted a deal. He wanted a brand new stadium. And it's kind of weird how it all happened because you culminized that with the fact right before Katrina came in, it was a hardcore fight between the city, the state, and Tom Benson. Tom Benson wanted a new stadium. The city and the state refused to do it, and they were at hardline and almost came to him. he was threatening to take the team to San Antonio, which is where he made most of his million at with his car dealerships and all that kind of stuff. You know, he was a car man. He came up big doing the cars and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, when Katrina came through and smashed the city, flooded the city, destroyed the dome, they just decided to rebuild and renovate the Superdome. This was an opportunity for the city, the state to commit the funds to building up the facilities again. So basically what Tom Benson got is what he wanted, which was a renovated Superdome. Even today, even from all that, all the way back from Katrina, all those years ago, the dome has undergone several renovations, and really they're still not done. Now they're going to change the outlook of the dome. They're going to have sky windows, and they're going to remove a lot of the walks, put escalators in. They're going to change the infrastructure of the dome to add more suites. They're making it more comfortable. They're going to change the outer appearance where Champion Square is a bit. They're going to change up a few things and basically modernize the dome, adding light, skylighting, and all kind of stuff in there. So you're going to see several improvements happen, and it was the will of the Most High coming in along with the Saints. So I say there's a spiritual component tied to the Saints that people have to recognize too. When you call yourself the Saints, come on, you could have chose anything. You could chose the Satanic Rams thing or whatever. You could have chose anything. You could chose the Sea Chickens or the Falcons or the Bucks or the Raiders, them two pirate teams. You could have chose any negative name, but they chose the Saints. You know, it's a spiritual aspect to that, man. But big ups to that they finally got together, got that done, and it actually worked. And now Gail Benson is committed to the city for how many 20 plus years now with both teams. So it's big ups, and this is where they belong. So big ups to the Benson organization and for making that happen. Jerome says, Q, look at the first series. The guy had Pete on skates. It was so bad. Pete knocked down the center. He did have him on skates. Every now and again, he'll take a bad angle on the footing. But overall, you can knock Pete down one time, but I guarantee you ain't going to get the best of him again. And he played admirable on that side. Like I said, don't get me wrong. He gets in trouble. But like Pete gets in trouble, didn't Teron Armstead gets in trouble too? Why we don't talk about Teron Armstead when he get in trouble too? Why we always single out Andrews Pete? Pete make a play. He made a flub or something like that. You don't have many of them, but he do have a flub every now and again. What about Larry Warford? Didn't he have a flub today in this game when he got beat like a drum in a play? I'm not protecting Andrews, but I'm saying that we don't call out Larry Warford. We don't call out Ryan Ramczyk when they make mistakes. Or like when Eric McCoy made the mistake when he was basically caught holding the guy and got flagged for it, we don't call him out. So why is it centered on Andrews Pete is what I'm saying. I know people don't like Andrews Pete. It's just what it is. And he do have a few flubs here and there, and that's understandable. But when that happens, let's call everybody out equally. That's why I always find myself have to protect Andrews Pete, because we don't cite Larry Warford. I don't remember the last time somebody in the chat slighted Larry Warford for anything. And he got beat by like a drum in this game too now. But nobody made mention of that. Let's see. Larry says, to be honest, let's see. Scoops Adrian get a call number again. I'm ready to holler at the family. Larry said, to be honest, I didn't think Ted Ginn caught the ball once. I saw it in slow-mo. He did have, I think Larry, he did have Ted Ginn had 2 catches in this game. He was 2 for 36, 2 catches for 36 yards. He's averaged 18 yards a catch. Of course, he had that catch where he had to come back to the ball because it was thrown so short, and they ruled it not a catch when it was actually a catch. And they said they couldn't come up with enough evidence. That's what kind of stuff that just floors me. I could see it looking at the television. You mean to tell me you go and look at everything and still can't come up with it? I mean, you don't even know what a catch is. That's what I'm saying. They're so stupid they don't even realize what a catch is. How you officiate in games and don't know what a catch is, and you come out and say, well, the play stands as what it was, not a catch. And you can look at it and see that the ball may have touched the ground, but it didn't move. How I know more about your rules than you do, and you're supposed to study from the rule book. By the way, do anybody have a copy of the NFL rule book, officiating rule book? How do we know all these rules and we don't have a rule book? From watching years of football. But have you ever seen an officiating rule book? Have you ever had a copy of it? We need to find out what's in the rule book, man, because I'm thinking some of this stuff, they just making it up. It just seems like it, don't it? Anyway, let's keep it moving, family. It says, Paul says, tell it, Q, the NFL is just one big lawsuit away from being in bad shape. I'm telling you, that's why they got a shield. You got a shield to protect. What you trying to protect? It ain't like you got a shield to protect what? It's weird stuff like, why would you pick these images, these things, these sigils have meanings behind them. They picked a shield to hide behind. You know why? I mean, it's just like, why would you, out of all of the symbols that you could have chosen, you chose the shield. And then through years and years, the NFL's 100 years, then you heard they were suppressing concussion data. They knew about it 20, 30 plus years ago that the concussion data, and it was suppressing it. That's why they got their ass sued off. You know, all this kind of stuff. And if I think you can do it, if you hiding concussion data, what else are you hiding? It's not, I'm riding on them. I'm just saying, if you don't play it fair and you don't do it right, it's going to be bust open anyway. It's going to come to fruition anyway, and it don't have nothing to do with me. All right, let's keep it going, family. Let's see. Scoop says, I dare Mr. Greg, Mr. Bounty Gate Williams is calling Dennis Allen type defense today. DJ says ATL loss. Yeah, that's good. We just covered it. Let's see, a bunch of them just came in. The family basically talking to each other here. Paul says, when will the Jacksonville get the QB spot right? They're mediocre at that spot. They got a quarterback hurt. He should be back later on in the year. DJ said the Cowboys lost. Yes, Jets beat the Cowgirls. All the teams that usually have a problem with us have lost. Let's see. DJ says Atlanta Cowboys lose and we won. It was a good day. Only thing that would have been better is if the Texans lost also, but I'll take it. Travis Johnson, who they say the Cowgirls really lost to the Jets. All the Cowgirls fans can not tell me nothing. I can't wait to go to work tomorrow. Zach, who that Zach? He says Murray had a great game. I'm excited to see how him get more snaps. I'm scared to see Kamara run against the Bears in Chicago. Don't be afraid, brother. We got Murray, and something tell me Murray should get more snaps. Paul says McVay needs to get it together. He not above being fired. They didn't give Marvin Lewis and Hugh Jackson that much respect. Revolt says you got the record for the longest call now. Revolt said I tried hard. That's what Scoop said. Derek is the Juan. What's up, Juan? He says Murray and Cook ball. Scoob says, Adrian, Derek, we could pass the plate around to try to tailgate together. I got more than 5 on it for sure. Scoob a comedian, man. Let's see. Paul said Jason Garrett's on a hot seat, flirting with the big nosedive. Jared Jones fired Jimmy Johnson. He should have kept him. Larry says, hell yeah, Demi Scoob. Do it. You have the jokes this evening. Paul died of revolt. Paul, Metalhead, Demi, DJ, Travis, let's make it a possibility, said Scoob. Dominic, who that to you? These games going to tell the truth in our fantasy football. Big Q. That's true. Dominic, what team you have, man? What team you have, Dominic? Let me know. Scoop says, yeah, Demi, I'm hyped up. Q is like a drug for me. Dada says, you crazy, bro. Damn, saying Scoop is longest call like he broke a record. Scoop said, I'm so hyped. I want to rent a bike and ride next to Teddy on the way back from a win. And there's no game. It should happen. Revolt says, Scoop was hyped. Demi, that's a good thing, Scoop. Thank you for watching your time while on the hotline with Q. See, the family, it's good, man. It's family, man. It's all family. DJ said, okay, they're upgrading the Smoothie King as well. That's right. Upgrading the Smoothie King. DJ know what I'm talking about. He down there. Revolt says, I'm on this Malibu rum and cracking up on school right now. Revolt said he told the Reverend that he was going to get his drink on. The Reverend ain't take offense to that, bro. He know how it go, brother. We got some wild brothers in here. You dudes crack me up. Says Dada. Revolt Scoop said, I'm on the cat. I subscribe your channel, pimping. That's the comment you got. Y'all guys, Darius Semper, who that to you? Says, who that fam? Sean Payton is listening to Big Q. Finally, Murray is getting carries. Kamara needed him today. I was saying it, family. I knew in some capacity they would limit Elvin Kamara's production because of the ankle, but you have to give Sean Payton credit for finally adding Latavius Murray into the running game. Because truth be told, that's what kind of ground and pound you need to beat Jacksonville or Chicago. You got Khalil Mack and neutralize Khalil Mack's pass rushing ability by running straight at the defense. Put the power game on, give them a lead back and run at that team. It controls the clock. It takes the pressure off your quarterback. And then finally, one of the best reasons is you can finally work the play action off the run game. And once that gets going, you're going to be all right. So appreciate the comment, Derek. Revolt says, LOL, not going to put something on the Scoop. Kyle Davis, who that Kyle? He said, Skip Bayless will be miserable. Good. What up, T? Say, yo. Revolt Control K. My wife just gave me permission, Scoop. What you going to say? What you want to do? Scoop says, when Drew comes back, if he stinks up the first game, do we call for Teddy? No, we don't, Scoop. We don't call for Teddy. We're going to ride with Drew. And if Drew loses that first game, I promise you, Drew is going to come back tougher and smarter than ever. That's what he does. Nobody's harder on Drew more than Drew. Just saying it. Derek says, I'm saving and sanctified on the Sports Coma Fantasy League. Okay. All right, fam. All right. And we got some winners today, man. I was looking at the Sports Coma Fantasy League, man, today. And I was seeing who was doing what. And I was saying that every day it's still Monday to be played, and Tuesday I would like to kind of go over and see, wins and losses on the middle of the week show that I plan on doing. But the Sports Coma Fantasy League, to be quite honest with you, family, it's a tough league. And I'm playing, who am I playing here? Let's see, my matchup this week is against, what's this team? Who Dat in Your Mama's House? So I don't know which family member that is, but Who Dat in Your Mama House 1-4. And I'm playing him. I'm up 153 to 129. And let's see. And let's go into the rest of them, see the rest of the family. It's a 20-team fantasy league now, family. That a lot of people going on here. Let me see here. What's going on with the family in here? Okay. You got Slinging Bubbles. That's Sheldon. He up 172 to 125 over Cajun Who Dat. So it's a close game. Elite Goods is losing right now to Dat Driver, 166 to 153. That's a close one. Quiet Storm is beating JRPB 192 to 133 right now. Team 504 is winning 133 to 83 over Jerome's team. Jerome is kind of losing that one right now. Still a lot of time. Okay, Swade's Eastern Eagle Club is beating Riddick's team 177 to 130. Fresco 504 is up 135 to 104 on the Base and Ballers. Wig Splitters are losing to Save and Sanctified. Derek, that's you, Derek. Derek's team's 172 to 121. Till, my dog Till is in there. I ain't know Till was in the fantasy league. Who that to you, Till? 127 to 92. Damn, Till blowing out somebody here. Lloyd, the Duluth Bobcats. Still a lot of time left. Eyes Closed is 5-0 in the fantasy league against 12-4 Saints. And that's Roscoe's team. I ain't hear from Roscoe in a while, man. 194 to 109. And that's just some of the stats right now. It's still early, though. It's still early. Vernon says, Big Q, so true, a family atmosphere is one that takes care of each other's back. Took that message to my local Y and took a team of only 5 players, no subs, to the championship and won together. How about that? I'm telling you, there's power, man. It's power in the message of family. If you saying team is another way of saying family. But really, like we talked about individuality, which is an illusion if you really think about it and ponder on it. And a lot of people try to get you to buy into individuality, which is an illusion. It was once said a long time ago, I remember hearing a while ago, about how the Creator, God, allowed the consciousness of man and woman to become. They asked for it and was granted the ability to have an experience separate from that attached to the Creator. So that experience was allowed to happen. And that's how you was able to get free will to do whatever you want to do. That was the old story I heard a long time ago. And it sounds similar to a lot of stories that you might hear in the scriptures, the Bible, have you. But the team aspect is something that is preached at the economic level when you're dealing with businesses competing with each other. You work a job, you might have somebody saying that we got to work together as a team and all this kind of stuff. And even to the sports level, when they're teaching you to work as a team and to get rid of the I-ness and to act as a group, basically to act as a family. If you can get people to understand that we are family and not just some team out here competing for something, you will have something special. And we have commonality. The way you get people to come together is under the banner of commonality, because we have all these differences. We have differences, language barriers. We have all these supposed barriers. But at the end of the day, if we have commonality and enough commonality, we can come together and we become a family despite the minuscule differences. We can still be different and still be a family. We don't have to all have the same ideologies. We still can be a part of something great and still have our experience and still be considered a family. And if you can get that message in there, you're going to win every time. So big ups to you, Verlin, for that, family. And let's keep it going. Let's go to an interview. Caller. What's up, fam? You rocking with the sports Coma. I'm Big Q. Who am I speaking with?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, family? Hello. Are you still with me?
Hello, Q.
Hey, what's going on? Who am I speaking with?
Paul.
Paul.
Paul,
what's
going on?
What's going on, Paul? How you doing, sir? How you feeling?
Man, I felt like I was tipping toe on cotton watching Teddy Bridgewater today, man. Oh, have mercy.
What you thought about the game, bro? What you thought about the performance by the Saints? They got it 13-6 over them Jaguars. They're 5-1, 4-0 under Teddy Bridgewater. How you love that?
I was watching it. I mean, you talked about it yesterday. They struggled with the running game. It worked when it needed to work. That's the thing that was kind of, I was saying to myself, I hope this don't get us beat today, because Alvin was very limited. He had his spurts, but it just, I could tell when he got the ankle wrapped up, it just had a different flow about it. When you hurt, you just can't help that.
Right.
But thank God we had Murray. That boy knows how to play, man. I really enjoyed the way he ran the ball today. He really did. He really surprised me. I think he's been an offensive best-kept weapon so far, and he really ran well. Especially that one where the lineman hit him in the backfield, because somebody blew their block on that side. He broke the tackle, spun around, and kept running. I said, oh, man, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was sold on that. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed this one.
I got to give credit, like we've been on it, bro. I've been kind of pushing that message for the last several weeks now about Latavius Murray. But even got to the point where I was charting his carries just to make a point on how little he's been used. Even went into into his contract last show to show you how much money he's making and why he should be getting the carries. Now, I know the family was getting frustrated with Latavius Murray's production, but that wasn't Latavius Murray's fault. It was Sean Payton's fault. Sean Payton has to give him an opportunity to show the fan or family base what Latavius Murray could do. And that's what it ended up doing. When Latavius Murray got an opportunity, what did he do? He was a battering ram, twisting and turning, stiff arming. He even had a couple of plays where he broke long ones. Then he had the one where he broke to the left and ran all the way up the field for the touchdown. It was called back because of holding on Mike Thomas. But the truth is matters, nobody caught him. What was the defensive back? He bust through, hit that next level, took it up that next level, and even the defensive backs couldn't even catch him. So I've said, like I've said before, I've been looking at and watching Latavius Murray and following Latavius Murray when he came over here from the Raiders and the Vikings. When the Saints played the Vikings, Latavius Murray was instrumental in helping get touchdowns and everything. And Sean Payton seen firsthand how big of a running back and a weapon that Latavius Murray is. And then another thing is the Minnesota Vikings had a thunder and lightning combination with Devin Cook and Latavius Murray that they worked together pretty well. They helped keep them pretty solid. Now that the Saints have Latavius Murray, they have a thunder and lightning combination too. A lot of people not looking at it like that, but it can be. And hopefully this will show some of the black and gold family members to kind of back off and let Latavius Murray show you what he can do now that he'll get the carries. Because hopefully Sean Payton, he had 8 carries this game. He also has 6 catches too. Latavius Murray had 6 catches in this game, by the way. Now, we talk about him having 8 carries for 44 yards, which is 5.5 yards per carry. And then he also chipped in, not 6 catches. He had 3 catches for 5 yards. And he averaged almost 12 yards a catch on that. So at the end of the day, big ups, big respect to Latavius Murray. And finally, for Coach Payton for giving him an opportunity to show what he could do.
Oh, yeah, man. Coach Marone got out-coached, and I was really enjoying that. They were talking about how Jacksonville's, so static against the run, but today it just didn't. It didn't happen today. I was really glad to see that. Maybe Murray and Bruce, break it for 90 yards. But what I watched when I watched the game, getting those first downs when the defense is doing all it can to stop it, and you can still get the first down and eat up that clock. Man, that's how you win games in the trenches. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that's old school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, remember the old black and blue division, Chicago, Detroit,
yeah.
Green Bay.
Yep. The old black and blue division, boy, that was rough football them days.
Yeah, man, you had to run the ball and play defense, and a lot of them threw when they had to, but it lasted for a while. But, you know, a lot of these games now, it's just coming down to just a few plays, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's making all the difference, you know. But you know, I'm really glad, you know, still not sold on Teddy, but I see the other people like Taysom Hill. All right, how many times you gonna keep giving him the ball and let him run? Throw the ball sometime with him back there, man, cause eventually somebody gonna catch on to that, and he gonna go around and get popped real good, and he ain't gonna want to do it no more. Matter of time, you know, because you know the defensive people love to get a free lick on the quarterback anyway.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's true.
It's a matter of time. But the next game, you know, with Chicago, I hope they just keep giving it to Murray because Alvin's not going to be able to hold up with that pounding, you know, the Bears, you know. Khalid Mack and all them, they going to try to hit him with all they got, especially with him having that bad ankle. You know, just use him as, you know, spurts and spots. But just drive that ball with him, with Murray and Zach Lyon, and I think we'll be all right, Q.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Paul. I think that's the recipe, man. To cut the mistakes down, Teddy Bridgewater, get a little faster in your progressions, and get rid of the ball to save yourself. You know, and
he's gonna have to against Chicago because they're gonna try to knock his lights out. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right, Khalil
First
Mack.
time he gets popped, that's you know, it was 2 times a day. I thought Taysom was gonna have to come in there. You know, so Bridgewater, you know, if he gets hurt, you know, he's gonna panic. You know, I can already see that. You know, based upon what he's already been through, you know, it's just one of them type of things. So he's just gonna have to play smarter, you know.
Right. That's what it comes down to. I think he'll be fine. Like I said, we see a lot more progress than non-progress, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I see more progression in his QBing over the last 3 or 4 games than what we've seen prior. I mean, he's gotten better. This game was a very difficult game for him. It's an away game, and you can see early on they was trying to wing the ball around. I don't know if that's the right strategy to take. I really do think that the Saints need to start running the ball to take pressure off of Teddy Bridgewater, open up the play action. That's what it comes down to. He needs a rhythm. Like a lot of these throws where he was overthrowing receivers, underthrowing receivers, that's because of the rhythm. He's a rhythm passer. Understanding that, just knowing that for Teddy Bridgewater, just by looking at the film, I can tell you that he's a rhythm passer, which means the best thing you can do is the Saints to come out is to give him quick passes, to give him slants, to hit the tight end, to hit out of the backfield. Just get a rhythm. Just get 2 or 3 passes in a row where he gets a rhythm. Then you'll start seeing him throw the ball around a little bit more accurate. He's a rhythm passer. And the Saints have to do a better job of having short passes or slants or comeback routes or whatever you have to be able to open up his rhythm, then take shots down the field. Provide him a running game. Continue to battle, give him a running game to take the pressure off of him having to take the drop back so much. The Saints have the best offensive line in pro football. They did great works against J.J. Watt, Davion Clowney, Aaron Donald, despite the fact that he smacked Drew on his hand to send him out. And every other pass rusher, Tampa Bay's little guy that had 9 sacks, whoever his name is, they had Thompson, Shaquille, whatever his name is, Barrett or whatever. This guy was a 9-sack guy who at the time was leading the league in sacks. He did absolutely nothing. So the Saints have a very unique way of shutting down the profound pass rushers in the league. And we have seen some of the best pass rushers in this league within this stretch of the season. Aaron Donald is a beast. J.J. Watt is one of the top. You done seen some of the best, and now you got Khalil Mack coming. You're going up there to see Khalil Mack in Chicago. The positive thing I think about the Chicago meeting is the fact that it's not gonna be that cold up there when we go to play. It's not a deep November or deep December game up there where it's snowing and all that kind of stuff. We're going up there when it's relatively cool. It's not gonna be cold with snow and all that kind of stuff, which that'll have a bearing on the game because the Saints don't play well in those conditions. But the reality is that we'll be facing Khalil Mack and we'll be able to deal with Khalil Mack. But my aspect is Sean Payton got a taste of Latavius Murray in this game. I'm curious to see if that continues into the Chicago game because that will give you an idea of what it takes to beat this team. I mean, we have to be able to run the ball on this team. and take the pressure off of Teddy Bridgewater, give him a rhythm, and then you'll see him become what he was in the Tampa Bay game. So, but
oh yeah, I think that was his better game is coming out. But Q, Carmichael, man, why they don't just put him in the shotgun? If you gonna get sacked, get hit, put him in the shotgun. Cause man, how you screw up a flea flicker, man? I saw the play was going. Then he held the ball too darn long. I said, that's it. You can forget it. They ain't gonna be able to get nothing out of it. And then there he goes getting hit. I mean, come on, man. You got to throw the ball away. I just don't know why you don't get that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's an idea. I mean, putting him in the shotgun allows him to be able to survey the field a little bit better than what he's doing being up under center, where he has to collect the snap, then take 2-3 steps back. Usually, when you're the quarterback, you take 2 or 3 steps back, you look around, progressions, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, go through your progression, find the right target. If you don't see it, check it down. If you see somebody on strike, get rid of it. So, but a lot of it's too is pre-snap. Looking at the defense, reading the defense. I often seen several times where I've seen Teddy Bridgewater reading out over the defense, looking where the snaps are, seeing if the blitz coming, see if he have the audible out of a run to a pass. So it's different things and factors that's going on. He also had the play sheet that's affixed to his arm, where he looking at which plays that he have the option of calling or whatnot. So he does have some freedom to do some things, but moving him into the shotgun probably could definitely help his game for a person that's slow reading his progressions and giving him extra time. But then again, then there's an issue with the accuracy and the ability, the erraticness that we seen him doing, often sailing the ball over, throwing the ball a little too hard, throwing the ball throwing the ball is either over, under, or the wrong pass. They
too wide. Yeah,
right.
That's why I called him Steve Walsh. Steve Walsh just give me the fits doing that. Under pressure, doing the blitz, and he throws the ball a slant pad. He throws it 20 yards over the receiver head. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You just can't just be erratic, because defensive coordinators watch that, and they'll get, they're not stupid. They'll learn your tendencies and what to do on certain downs, and you'll be sitting back there looking like, I just don't understand that the time clock in his brain must have been made by Mo, Larry, and Curly. It's just sometimes he just don't seem how to, get rid of the ball. I just don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, taking the sack, that gets on your offensive line nerves after a while. They think like, man, why you can't get rid of the ball? I mean, you get so many sacks after a while, you start making your old line look bad. You really do.
Right.
He didn't really run the ball today, but just throw the ball away. Try the next play.
Right. Right.
So a lot of this, we can't blame the coaching so much. Some of that you got to take responsibility of. You really do.
No doubt about it, you do. I mean, and like I said before in the show, that it's a coach's responsibility to be able to know the weaknesses and the strengths of his players and his team overall, and to set up a best possible scenario for them to succeed. That's what it's about. So I appreciate your call, Paul. I got another call coming in, so thank you for calling, my brother. Be good. Appreciate you, brother. Who that to you?
All right, appreciate you. All right, now.
Who that? All right, that was Paul calling. Appreciate the call there, Paul. Who that? This is Big Q in the Sports Coma I'm speaking with.
What's going down, Big Q? This Kyle Davis.
What's up, Kyle? How you doing today, brother? Who that to you?
Man, I can't complain. Who that to you and the fam? Who that?
That's what's up, brother. What's on your mind, Kyle?
Yeah, I've been gone for a little minute. I caught the first 20 minutes of the show, and then I watched them stinking Dallas Cowboys lose with my brother.
Okay.
And now I'm back. So I don't know what y'all done talked about. I'm pretty sure y'all talked about everything, but I'm going to just add my 2 cents. Sean Payton has to be listening to this Sports Coma. Has to be. Because the way Latavius Murray played, that was phenomenal. I'm glad he stepped up and showed out.
Yeah.
So glad.
It was big time, bro.
Yeah. As far as the defense did excellent. Laddie Daddy shut him down. Laddie Daddy shut him down. Shout out to school.
He's smiling up in Philly right there, bro.
Yeah. Laddie Daddy shut it down. The D line did good. That was a scary hit DeMario did on I guess that was a tight end, I believe. I'm not sure. That was a scary little hit.
Right.
I was like, God dang, I know it wasn't intentional. It just happened like that.
Right.
And you could see it in DeMario's actions, because he hit the ground kneeling, and I know he prayed, and I was like, I kind of prayed with him. I'm like, I hope his guy's okay, and continue to ball. But as far as everything with the Saints, Teddy B, he had an off day. He overshot some throws. That first play, not the first play, but that first challenge we did with Ted Ginn, I don't know. I believe he caught it before, it touched the ground. Right. I don't know. They saying the top of the ball hit the ground, and I don't know. I disagreed with that one. I kind of disagreed with that one.
I disagree with it too, Kyle. I think that was absolute balderdash, and they have all these screens. They looking at the game. How many you have one screen? We looking at the television way where we are, and we can see it's a catch, but you can't see it, and you looking at it over and over again from 3 or 4 different angles. I mean, how do you miss that? It just keeps these bad examples. How do you not know what a catch is? I mean, then we're going based upon
exactly
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, how we keep making the same mistake? How do you don't know what a catch is? Okay, you say, okay, it wasn't a catch. The ball was moving around. The ball wasn't moving around. When he pinned it on his body, the ball didn't move, even though it touched the ground. The tip of it touched the ball. He had the ground. He still had, Ginn Jr. had full control of the ball. So
exactly.
How is that not a catch? It's beyond me,
Yeah, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I was like, we are the Saints. We NFL's most hated, so that ain't a surprise. That ain't a big surprise. But I'm really starting to feel good for Jared Cook. Mm-hmm. He's starting to come alive. The players we talk about on the Sports Coma that you talk about, mm-hmm. they starting to come alive week by week by week, and I'm just loving it. Even though Teddy B had an off game, I'm just glad the players that need to step up have stepped up this far. I'm glad for that.
Man, I'm right along with you, Kyle. I think it's been a fantastic transition, to be honest with you, man. You look like we talked about it, and we often say, and they have family members that kind of have a different opinions, and I respect that, But I often said that sometimes you need to stand back from the picture to truly appreciate the picture, and sometimes you can find value. You can find value in analysts or people who looking at the game, especially if you have somebody that followed the game for a long time, that understands football and the layers of football. They can understand that it goes back to the fundamentals and understanding what kind of team you got. So sometimes I definitely know that we have listeners in the buildings from both the Pelicans and the Saints side. We have players that listen to the Sports Coma. AJ Klein, Demario Davis, and Alex Anzalone. It's a handful of them that listen to Sports Coma. We've been around going on for 5 years. And I think we get a lot of respect due to the fact that we know what we're talking about. When we start talking about games, you would know if it's bull crap or not. But they have guys out there we will call out in straight hands, the guys that's supposed to be the pros. You're realizing that the pros are really not the pros. They don't know what they're talking about. And the pros are the people that follow the team, that know the team, not just the stars, but the role players all the way down to the bench, knowing where it needs to go, even the player, personnel, philosophy, all that plays a part of it. We know this team. This is our team. That's why we know this team. We know what we're talking about. We know football. So I appreciate it. And then when I say we, I ain't just talking about me sitting up here. I'm talking about you too. I'm talking about Scoob. I'm talking about Demi. I'm talking about you. Listen to this is a collection of some of the we are family sports. We're Sports Coma and Saints family. But I'm reading the commentary from these people in the chat, and this family members, they are smart and intelligent. So smart, intelligent. You could take some of these people and put them in the organization, and in the organization to start winning. People in this family know how to win. They know football. They know what they're looking at, and they're not fools. You can't tell them. They know, what, from sugar. I tell you what. So, and I really appreciate, you and the family for all that you do, man. We just talking commonsensical, man. And I know for a fact a lot of them get that message. When you talk telling the truth about something, about their team, a lot of you have to go pay somebody to come in there and tell them what's wrong with the team while we losing. You don't have to do that. Just listen to people. Don't listen to the yes man. The yes man gonna tell you yes all the time. Sometimes, that's why I said in the last show, get you some people around you that's gonna tell you the truth. Don't get no yes man. You don't need no yes man pumping your ego up. Get people around you that's gonna tell you the truth. It might hurt your feelings, but they're giving you the truth. And I'm gonna tell you something. If they're giving you the truth and you listen to them, that truth make you better. Don't let them lie to you.
Rev, where's Rev? Where you at, Rev?
Hey, Rev, come over here. Rev? Kyle won't talk to you. Yeah, what's going on, Kyle, baby? How you doing, baby? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Rev. I'm doing fine, man.
Yeah,
Doing
good,
fine.
Good to hear from you, baby. I'm glad. I heard you call for me, baby. When the family called for me, baby, I got to come to see what they talking about, baby. I heard you, baby. I heard what you was telling Q, baby. I heard you. I heard you the whole way, baby. I heard you. Now I tell you what, Kyle, I appreciate you, baby, because you're a man of God, baby. Just like DeMario Davis, baby. I'm saying you stand with God, baby. Look at the Saints stand with God, baby. Even the Pope saying good stuff about you, baby. Look at the Pope. The Pope tweeted out something. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. How we lose? Baby, let me tell you something, how good this team is, baby. God is a Saints fan, baby. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you something, baby. They took away, you got your quarterback taken away from you, baby. Your top running back have an ankle problem, baby. He wasn't even himself out there today, baby. With all that missing, baby, how you still winning, baby? How you still winning these games, baby? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Now, baby, let me tell you something. Let me go out there, baby. How about this, baby? How you have the Rams, baby? They got all these people and they still losing, baby. How that work? How the Dallas Cowboys got all these people and they still losing, baby? Come on now, baby.
Bring it there.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. It take a special type of team, baby, with a special type of mindset, a special type of heart, baby, a special type of mind, baby, to win. To be a family, baby. All these other teams out here, they ain't families, baby. There's only one family, baby, the black and gold family, baby. Who that, baby? That's what I'm talking about, baby. Who that to you, Kyle, baby? Appreciate you, baby.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Rev. That was a Rev, Kyle, talking to you there, baby. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Rev. Hey, Big Q, I got one more question because I know I'm not trying to tie out the line, but I had to get all this out.
No, come on with it, brother. That's fine.
I'm a piggyback off of you and Mr. Pat.
Okay.
Taysom Hill needs to run a different package. Like, I want AJ Klein. I want DeMario to hit this and Anzalone. Please, somebody. He needs to run a different package. When you got the commentary announcing what Taysom Hill is going to do, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad.
You're right, bro.
That's too obvious. We need him to run a different package. I would like to see him throw more, honestly. I would like to do that. Like on second down, I would like to see him, get Teddy off the field and let him kind of, spread his wings just a little bit more. I don't know if his reps done increased game by game. Only you would know that. Mm-hmm. But I just think the package needs to be different with him.
Actually, they had a stat that was on there. I was looking at his reps the other day, and they had a stat on today's show that showed that his stats were decreasing. And it's decreasing by the fact that Teddy Bridgewater is there, but they stopped him in most part from playing the special teams. But I was thinking in my head, if you don't want him to get hurt, then why are you having him running like a running back? It's just It's just questionable things like that. And sometimes I don't know if Pete Carmichael really pulling Sean Payton's card. I don't know if he have a little yes man in him or whatever. But I think sometimes we've been calling for that. We've been calling for more Latavius Murray, and it's happening. And I think we either tapping into something or somebody listen, or it's the same thing. I think somebody definitely listen. But
somebody is listening.
Yeah, somebody listen, because how are we rolling up like this? I don't have no crystal ball up here, Kyle.
Man.
I don't have a crystal ball, bro. But I'm just saying.
Power to you.
I'm just saying I don't have a crystal ball, bro. But I'm just saying it's commonsensical. If you want to win games, you got the personnel. Latavius Murray is a guy, I know what he can do. Taysom Hill's another guy. You're absolutely right. I thought I was saying this, and the family know I've been saying this for multiple shows for a while now, that if you're going to run the Taysom Hill package, allow him to throw out of the package. Only one time out of all the times that he's, maybe two, out of all the times that he's run the Taysom Hill package, all of them have been runs except for two of them, which one of them was actually a pass. That's not enough. Mm-hmm. If you're going to run the Taysom Hill package, you got to allow Taysom Hill to throw out of that package to be even much have the balance. If not, to eliminate the package totally. We don't need to have a Taysom Hill package if it's going to be predictable. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if Sean Payton realized it or not. He got a lot to account for, but if he's not realizing that, his coaches should be telling him, Coach, we running this play. When we know Taysom comes in, he's going to either run right or left. He has to throw out of that package. He has to have the ability to look down there in that package and look across the defense and say, okay, look, they all at the line. Audible to a run, to a pass, and see if he can throw that ball up top, get it to Ted again, Jr. or somebody streaking downfield. It's coming. It's coming. It's definitely coming.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like this here. Okay, they got tape on Teddy B. And of course, I got tape on Taysom because you know we running two quarterbacks.
Right.
So it's like, okay, we see what Teddy B doing, but we really see what Taysom is doing.
Yes.
So that's too predictable, and that'll get him hurt. Honestly, that will get him hurt.
Okay.
Like what Mr. Pat said, that'll get him hurt. Going into Chicago, I really don't want to see Taysom just going in hood left or right. I really don't want to see that. Now, if it's like if we in the red zone, yeah, but not repetitious. You know what I'm saying? Not we play a series, kick it off, boom, boom, whatever, get it back. We do the same old with Taysom, not repetitiously.
Right.
Just sprinkle him in every now and then because we still need to keep him, that mystery man. Like, oh Lord, I don't know what he gonna do. We still need to have that aspect on Taysom Hill, that mystery on him.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Now go ahead. I'm still listening to you, bro. You on fire, bro.
Yeah, but
you got the
it's
flow,
just
bro.
listening to you and Mr. Pat and Scoop and some of the rest of the family. I just pick up on things, and I just want to give a shout out to Sports Coma and the guys. You, Mr. Pat, and Mr. Kelly, Scoop, Miss Demi, Miss Adrian, Smoke, everybody, man, because y'all. This turning up, man. I really like listening. I really like tuning in, and I like like-minded people, like you said, critical thinkers that think past, their nose. So I really like listening to different people and their different views on, both sides of the Saints ball, and that's really, really good to hear.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Kyle. Thank you, brother. The family loves you and appreciate you too, bro. You're a part of the family, brother. And like I said, man, we all come here and the family continue to grow, and we just have fun talking about it, man. And I often said to myself, bro, years ago before we started to do the podcast and stuff, is that I wanted a family feel to what we was doing. I wanted to build a synergy, a camaraderie with like-minded people, and that's what the God pretty much blessed me with, is an opportunity to have great people like yourself and Demi and Adrian and Scoob and Devin and
yes, sir.
And
yes,
Vault Control and all the great people. And that's why I respect the people. That's why I give shots out to them when I, and run through all their comments, and we have a dialogue here. It's just not me standing up here talking at you. I don't want to be just, I want to have interaction. We have call-ins, we have the live chat. What are you thinking? And I want to get that going. That's the family feel. A lot of them other people out there, they don't do all that. They just want to sit up here and yell and talk at you all day. And I think
be Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, but be Stephen A. Smith.
Right, exactly. And Skip Bayless and all these other buffoons that run out here pretending to be experts on other people's teams, and then they get called out for it. But you can't, and they'll stay away from you or me. They'll never sit down in front of you or me because they'll get found out. Listen, you don't know what you're talking about, and I'm telling you to your face, you don't know it, and I'll run you through the ringer with my stats, and I'll tell you about this, that, and third. You might know 10 people off my team that you might study upon, but you don't know this team. You don't talk to somebody like me. I'm a Saints man. I will handle you. And they'll stay away from you. They'll ignore you. But the reality at the end of the day is, I don't care about them people. My family is the people that I'm talking to, and that's here on this stream. We have these talks, and it's more than just. It's more than just, the Saints is a reason to come together. We family already, but it's just, but the Saints is a thing that we all that have that commonality that finally brought us to this point. But but we are very strong and focused, determined, intelligent, and critical thinking people, and I really admire that. That. So thank you, Kyle, everything you bring in, brother, and thank you for your gracious comments to me, bro. I send them right back to you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And all the things the great family members do for the platform, man. It's excellent.
Yes, sir. Hey, you gonna do a pop-up this week? I'm gonna be ready. I'll be waiting. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be sitting at work. Come on now, come on, Big Q. You're sniffing now. We need to holler at each other, man. I don't know what's going on with the team now. What they doing over there now?
Nah, bro, we're gonna have I made it a point, and I promised myself, and I promised the family that we'll do a middle of the week show in between, because that's too long to go without talking to the family from Saturday to Saturday, what have you, or Sunday to Saturday, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna have a pop up. We're gonna do middle week shows and stuff, and we're gonna cover the Saints. Maybe at least one in the middle of the week, a Wednesday or Thursday of the week. We're gonna do a show. I promise you that. I promise the family that. Might even, at least one. During the week, might have two. This upcoming week might have a few of them. So, we definitely got that on the horizon, brother. But we're going to keep doing that, bro.
Yeah, and you know what? I like the understanding because, hey, we know you have a family. We know you got other things other than this. So we not about to be like, oh, we need this, we need this. Hey, whenever you feel, man, whenever you feel.
I appreciate that, bro. We got, like I said, the platforms for the people, man, and we here, man. We here, and that's a commitment. You make a commitment to your family. You got to be there. I can't be an irresponsible family member.
Right. We have too many of those.
Right. Hey, man, let me borrow $25 from you. I got to put gas in my car, and then I'm gonna pay you on Friday. Next day, Friday come around, you got to go. I'm gonna bring it to you. But next thing you know, you looking for me. And then when you finally catch up for me, hey man, you got the 25 you promised? Oh nah, man, I ain't got 25, I got 15 of it for you. That's not what you told me. I know, man. See, we don't need all that. That's why I said you're gonna make a commitment to somebody, make a commitment to them, and be there for them. People respect the hell out of that, man.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, when you go back for your money, they act like they gave you some money you borrowed from them. That's the killer. See, that's the killer right there.
I'll tell you what, Kyle, that kind of family member, I just like, you know what? You're right, man. You can keep that damn money.
Yes.
But you better not in your life bring your butt over here asking me for some more. I promise you that. You better keep every lick of it. Ever. You better flip that $25 into $1 million because that's the last $25.
Better stretch it. Yes, sir.
You better stretch it.
You better stretch it. It's over here. You better stretch it. But yeah, Big Q, man, I appreciate you. Talking to me and talking to the rest of the family members and having this platform for us to discuss this. This is well needed in the Saints community. This is well needed, and I appreciate you, man. And now I'm officially logging off, and I'm gonna wait for you next week.
All right, thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you, baby. Who that to you? Love you, respect you, bro. Be safe.
All right, who that to y'all? All right,
peace. That's Kyle, man. Great call, Kyle, man. Appreciate it, brother. Another great Sports Coma family members chiming in, man. Great calls all around today. Thank the family for chiming in. Excellent calls, man, today. Appreciate the love from the family, man. Man, trust me, it is well received and given back to the entire family. Big time family. Love it. Let's see. Devin says, in the other game, they say the ball can't hit the ground if the hands are under it. That was a catch all the way. Can't get it right, bro. I told you. They can't get right like the Life movie. Can't get right. Laddie Daddy for sure, Kyle. Scoob loving it. Let's see. They have a different set of rules for us. Yep, Derek says that. Yes, I know, Derek. I don't know why I even fussing anymore, says Devin. Oh, man. Scoop says crash football acumen is very high. Rev in the building. Devin says, I hope they're saving different packages for Taysom for later in the season or playoffs. Hope so. Adrian said we having church here. Revolt says you can't tell the Jags they were prepared for the Taysom package. Yeah, you could. Demi says, although the NFL knows what Taysom is going to do, he still can't be stopped taking God's grace and mercy. Thank you, Demi. Scoop says, my kid just handed me the envelope. Adrian shaking my head. He's fired for sure. It'll be too hard on him, Scoop. Thank you, Adrian, for posting. Contribute to the Sports Coma platform with a commitment, a monthly contribution of $1, $5 or 10 or more. Become a contributor. Support TC. Show your love. Who that? Thank you, Adrian, for posting it. And thank you, big time. Thank you, Kyle, for your call, and all the rest of the great family members for your call. Now, before we get out of here, it's 3 hours and 34 minutes into the live stream. Let me take the opportunity to give out the grades for tonight's action. Usually, traditionally, and customarily, I issue out A, B, C, D, or F grades for the Saints offense, defense, or special teams. And I want to say I'm going to start with the offense, and although we know the offense scored a touchdown, the special teams had to kick 2 field goals to help out in as well. Saints win 13-6. I'm going to have to give the offense, man, the running game was actually not too bad. That running back actually did a pretty decent job. Teddy Bridgewater threw a touchdown. He threw for 244 yards in this matchup. his completion percentage wasn't all that bad. Excuse me, his completion percentage wasn't all that bad either in this matchup. To be quite honest with you, his numbers wasn't all that bad in this game, as he was threw for 24-36 for 240 yards and a touchdown. That's actually respectable. That's actually pretty respectable. Latavius Murray, 8 carries for 44 yards, and Mike Thomas had 8 catches for 89 yards to lead his side, 7 catches for Elvin Kamara for 35 yards. So I would have to give the offense in this game a C+. That's what my grade sounds a little harsh, but I think that's fair. C+ grade for the offense. Moving on to the defense. Defense played really well, held a battering ram and one of the best backs in the leagues, and Leonard Fournette to under 75 yards in the game. Exposed Gardner Minshew for the rookie that he is, 14 of 29, 163 for one interception. He was sacked twice, rattled around. Leonard Fournette, 20 carries for 72 yards, averaged less than 4 yards a carry in this game. Big ups to the Saints, stopped and held them under 100 yards rushing, and took two of their best offensive wide receiver weapons. And DJ Chalk held the deep threat, the 3 catches for 43 yards, and he got most of that yardage off a catch that was covered. He was covered by AJ Klein on one of those plays. And then, of course, D.D. Westbrook, which was their other fantastic wide receiver, he was absolutely shut out of it too. 3 catches for 53 yards. Eli Apple did a fantastic job on him. And their top receiver was, believe it or not, Leonard Fournette. He had 6 catches for 46 yards on the day. So big ups to the Saints defense for shutting down the running game, rallying the quarterback, holding him down. And I got to give the defense a A+. That's right, an A+. I don't think I gave him A+ all season long. I may have given him A, maybe the second time after. I don't remember, but A+ for the defense tonight. Special teams did a pretty good job. Will Lutz hit his field goals to keep the Saints in the game for the day. He was Will Lutz was Will Lutz, is what we expect out of him. Terrific, and one of the best kickers in the NFL, if not the best kicker. He was 2 of 2 today with a 47-yarder. He was responsible for 7 points of the offense. And this one, Thomas Morstead had 6 punts for 251 yards. 5 of the 6 were inside the 20, averaging 42 yards per punt. Big ups to that man. So I have to give the special teams, including Deontay Harris, who had a couple of good returns in this one, I have to give them an A. So we have the offense C+, defense A+, special teams A. That's my grades. Offense C+, defense A+, special teams A. What say you, family? What are your grades? What do you think? Got a few people chiming in with the grades so far. Feel free to chime in. Let me know if you agree with my grades. What are your grading systems? Offense, defense, special teams. What do you give them? Okay, let's take a look at some of the family members. Scoop says an A. Devin says didn't see the whole game, but offense C-, special teams B+, defense an A for carrying us. Thank you, Devin. Paul says, hey, family, a few more NFL head coaches are on the chopping block if they don't get their teams turned around soon. No doubt about it. Scoop says defense A, offense and O for okay, and special teams is C+. Thank you there, Scoop. Demi says defense is an A+, offense is a D, and special teams a B. Thank you, Demi. Paul said Murray is the offensive player of the game, and Cam Jordan is the defensive player of the game. Thank you, Paul. Revolt says defense a A, offense a D, special teams A. Thank you, Revolt. Appreciate that, bro. And family members, feel free to chime in with your grades. What do you thought about the black and gold tonight? Offense, defense, special teams. What are you giving them? Mine is a C+. For the offense, defense is A+, special teams is an A. That is my defense, my grades on offense, defense, the team overall. But the biggest stat to big mention of, the Saints are 5-1, number 1 in the NFC South, and not to mention 4-0 underneath Teddy Bridgewater. Very big tonight, very big, very big. And this will get into the part at the end of the show, family. I appreciate everybody for chiming in on the Sports Coma. And as you can see, the Teddy Bridgewater, the Crescent City Bridgewater shirts are out. This ain't your granddaddy. Saints, that's some of the new shirts that's in the pro shop. They're over 19. That's that really nice underdog shirt I was telling y'all about. Really nice shirts are available in the pro shop. Check them out, family. Underdogs, the Crescent City Bridgewater. Support the quarterback by wearing the Crescent City Bridgewater. Beautiful design with credit with Teddy Bridgewater looking at the Crescent City with a picture of the fleur-de-lis off in the sun side, in the horizon. Excellent shirts. As you can see, these are some of the examples of some of the shirts that we have in the pro shop. Over 19 designs of shirts are in the pro shop. Feel free to go there and support the platform by getting some nice Sports Coma gear that's geared toward the black and gold royalty. There is the other shirt that's not on the advertisement is the new what is it called? I am black and gold royalty. But anyway, if you want to see all the shirts and all the merchandise, feel free to go to the Sports Coma Pro Shop. And of course, you can receive 25% off on your purchase by putting in the code BIGQ25. Please feel free Adrian to drop the link for the family members so they can have an opportunity to go there if you please. But feel free to go to the Sports Coma Pro Shop to show some support for the platform. Also, God is a Saints fan. Remember, the Reverend told y'all that was his shirt. God is a Saints fan. Saints fans, that's Reverend Saint's shirt. They have two different designs, and they come in a multitude of different colors. So feel free, family. And that's, like I said, coffee cup, smartphone covers, cases, all that kind of stuff. The Dad Slap Volume 2, that's me right there slapping the hell out of a official. And that's pretty much, I know that's how a lot of Saints feels. That's when I get angry, I put this shirt on. Just to show you, man, listen, you don't know who you're messing with. We're going to dap slap your ass. But anyway, that's some of the merchandise on the show. Also, feel free to go to the link for the PS4, the Sports Coma Big Q and the Guys PS4 console giveaway. Big ups to 985J, who won last month's console, and DJ, who won the game this last month. This month could be your month. All you have to do is do like 985J did and DJ did and sign up. Don't cost any money, but I tell you what, you can end up with a console at the end of the day. Brand new console. And you can check out the community section of the page and you can see 985J standing there proudly with his console. Really happy, brother. And DJ, once he gets, DJ's going to send us a picture of him holding up his game too. So you could be a winner. We're doing it all the way to end of December. So from September to December, we'll be doing a console giveaway for the family as our way of giving back to the Sports Coma family members for being here. Going to the pro shop is a way, and I give 25% off. I know it's some money coming, that not going into the platform, but it's a way to let people know that we appreciate what you do here at the Sports Coma. So sign up for the Sports Coma and the Guys PS4 console and Madden game giveaway today. We'll have the links involved in there so you guys can check that out as well. So you can sign up as well. So, and also you can feel free, family, to listen to the Sports Coma different shows. It's not just the Sports Coma show. We cover the Saints. It's also the Pelican post-game report, in which we have a lot of great content coming up with Zion Williamson and the rest of the Pelicans. They playing these preseason games like it's regular season. I'm telling you, they're going to be something special coming into the season. So make sure you subscribe to the Pelican post-game report if you aren't already a subscriber. Also, Ring Kings Boxing and Tough Tiger Talk, the LSU podcast. We have several podcasts that we do on the regular, not just the Sports Coma. So a lot of very hard-working people here at the Sports Coma trying to make it happen to bring entertainment to our family members. Also, another thing before I come back to you is the fact that we have to become a Patreon of the show. As you can see, the stroller giving props to all of our Patreon members, and what that is pretty much family members that made a commitment to help empower the platform by donating a certain amount of money per month. Some people donate $5 or $1 or $10, but the brothers and sisters realize that if they spend $5 for a value meal to eat at lunchtime, and they get that and whatnot, and then they're hungry 3 hours later. But with $5 for the platform, it goes a long way in helping building the platform. And if you really love and enjoy the platform, become a patron. Become a patron of the Sports Coma. That way it helps build the platform stronger and stronger, makes it better as we move forward to get more and more beautiful black and gold people like yourself. So I invite you guys to join, become a patron. Like Dada, thank you, Dada. Sean, thank you, Sean. And Kelly and the rest of the family members, man, thank y'all for all that y'all do, for what you do to help the team. Derek, thank you, brother, for being a patron. And you can do like these great people done and become a patron $1 a month or $5 a month, whatever's in your heart, to give the platform to help it build so we can have a great platform to rival our competitors like the Atlanta Falcons and the Buccaneers and all that crap. So we don't have to deal with the nonsense. So I'd like to thank all the family members for joining us in the live stream tonight. Thank you for everything that you do. And a great thing, let's see what got a few more comments here. Let's see. That I forgot to read here. Okay. Jerome says, good job defense, but catch the ball. We could have 3 INTs. Paul says offense C minus, defense A plus, special teams B plus. Verlin says, hey, Big Q, as a family suggestion, how about a shirt with Gumbo, our mascot, holding an underdog banner? I will look into it, Verlin. Yeah, that's Gumbo the dog. Yeah, the Saints dog is officially Gumbo, so that would be interesting. But, you know, that's a good idea. We'll look into it, brother. Thank you, Verlin. Revolt says, man, I forgot which one I ordered. I know I got the mug, though. Thank you, Revolt. Thank you, brother. Scoop says, good stuff. Robert says, offense C minus, defense A plus, special teams A. Adrian says, thank the pro shop support purchase helps build men. Much love. Thank you. Demi says, well, thanks, Q, and the family. Have a blessed week. May God be with you until we get together again. Wise words, as usual, from Demi. And please make sure, Adrian, if you please, to drop the links for the pro shop for the family members one last time, and also for the PS4 console giveaway. Please drop those links for the family members so they can sign up for those as well. And I hate to ask that much of you. If you got the link to drop it for the Patreon, to let family know where they can go if they want to become patrons, like Dada, Kelly, Derek, and Sean. You can sign up with the Patreon and become a monthly contributor to help the platform grow and grow and grow and grow and get more like-minded people. So thank you guys for joining us tonight on the Sports Coma. It's an excellent victory. The Saints win 13-6. They clear up the Jaguars. They move on to Chicago. They're 5-1. We have 2 games before the bye. Ultimately, after the bye, Drew Brees comes back. You might see Des Bryant in between 9 here. So a lot of great things are going to happen between now and then. So we are winning this thing. 4-0 under Teddy Bridgewater. Who would have thought it, except for diehard Saints people? Who would have thought it? A lot of people saying that we could just go 500, we'll be all right till Drew gets back. Now look at the scenario. We're just telling you, never know what life takes your way. You just have some faith, keep a positive mindset, keep walking, have some courage in here, and great things happen, no doubt about it. So thank you, family. Paul says, yeah, going against Chase Daniels is going to be interesting. We'll get to him too. We're going to get to Chase Daniels. Going to be some talking between the Chicago and the Saints, because it's a lightweight kind of, because they have a lot of players and coaches and used to be from down here that's up there now. So there's going to be a little rivalry, a semi-rivalry up there with Chicago. So it'll be interesting to see all that going. So I'd like to thank all the family members for joining us tonight in the live stream. Thank y'all. We'll be doing a midweek live stream, probably around either Tuesday or Wednesday. Be looking out, more than likely to be Wednesday. Then I'll come at you with some news, some injury reports, and we'll meet again. We'll have a dialogue. We'll open up the phone lines for you guys to be able to talk about what you think's going on. Might have some week for you information about Des Bryant sometimes this week. You never know. Trade deadlines coming up real soon, so there's a lot to talk about coming up next week. We'll cover it all on the next edition of the Sports Coma. So I'd like to thank all the family members for joining us tonight. And I like to go over all of the names traditionally as I do. Before I say I do to you, Revolt Control, who that to you? Kelly, who that to you? Thank you. JT, who that? Adrian, love you. Thank you. Derek, who that to you? Dwayne Thompson, who that to your family? Scoob, my dog, who that to you in Philly? Travis Johnson, who that to your fam? Robert Clark, who that to you? Scoob, once again. Tyrone Jones, who that to your family? Glenn, who that? Donovan, Grayson, who that family? Thank you for your donation and contribution, family. As always, thank you. Appreciate you. Jerome, who that to you? Keep your head up in the fantasy league. There's still a lot of season left, bro. Let's see what else. Metalhead, who that to you, fam? Thank you. Devin, once again, man, much respect, much love. Who that to you? Carlos, who that to you as well? Let's see, Mr. Brown, respect. Who that to you, sir? Tyrone, who that to you? I think I gave a shout out to you. Will, what's up, Will? I ain't see you in there, William. Who that to you, Will? Let's see what else I got here. Toby, who that to you, Toby? Demi, who that to you, baby? Let's see who else he got here. I think that's Everlin, who that to your family? Let's see. Vernon Joseph, who that to your family? Subscribe if you're not one. Vernon, appreciate you, brother, for chiming in. 985 J in the building, baby. Jay, I did get your track too, bro. I meant to send you a response to that. I was busy doing a lot, but I got the track that you sent. 985 J got some real good music. See if you can send me something with like kind of edited, you know what I mean? So I can play it for everybody. Get an opportunity to spin it or put a link on it where people can check you out if you will. But 985 J got some good music too, family. I meant to tell you that, family. Big ups to you. Let's see. Who else we got? Tango J-Mo, who that to your family? Larry Williams, who that to your family? Thanks for joining us tonight. Paul, as always, big ups, big respect. Who that to you? Who else we got? I think that's all the family members, man. I think that's everybody. But I'm going to just make sure right quick. Derek Allison, who that to you? Derek, who that, baby? Derek, my boy, is in the building. Bro, what's happening, man? Where you at, D? Where you at? Now, you were still up in Chicago, Illinois? My boy, man, who that to you? Let's see. Zach K, who that to you, Zach? Let's see who else we got here, man. I think that's everybody, man. Travis Johnson, who that to you? My man, who that to you? Juan, who that to you? Juan, subscribe if you ain't a subscriber, Juan. Dominique, who that to you too? Let's see. Devin, the back Sonic. Okay, Devin, the back Sonic. How'd I miss you in there, bro? Who that to you? Subscribe if you're not a subscriber there. Devin, the back Sonic. Okay, holla at your boy. Subscribe. DJ Dada once again. Darius Simpy, who that to your family? T, who that to you? Kyle Davis, thank you for the call. My man, appreciate you there. Much love to you. And I think that's all the family members, man. I want to say that's everybody. I think so. I think that's everybody. Yep. I just want to make sure I don't want to leave nobody out. You know how I am about that. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, Derek. Yeah, Derek Allison. That's a good brother right there. Good brother, Derek. Big ups to you, homie. Verlin says, great show. Much love, family. True that. Who that? Thank you. I appreciate all the love. Families going right back at you. It just makes me and the family here go harder and harder to bring you, make me work even harder and me be more focused to bring you even better content. Because, you know, we talk about football, but we talk about life. And if you can correlate the two between the two and make football and life come together seamlessly, you got something. But we talk about football, we talk about life, we talk about a lot of spiritual stuff as well. And I just love it. I love it. Y'all have great minds as you do, and you're open-minded people with great hearts and minds as well. And that makes it so easy for me to be able to talk to you. So Jason, who that to you too, family? I see you. Thank you all y'all beautiful people for joining us in the Sports Coma. I will promise you, I made a commitment to the family that I will do middle of the week shows. So every Wednesday or Thursday, I will promise I'll be coming at you. I promise I'll be coming at you in the middle of the week from now on till to make sure that we don't spend as much time as we do, because from Saturday to Sunday is a long time. So I'll make sure that I will make a commitment to the family to be there for the family Wednesday and Thursday in the middle of the weeks to cover all the latest news and items coming at us. So thank you for everything you do. Thank you. Derek, big up to your family. Who that to your cuz? Thank you. And all the family members, thanks for all that you do. Thank you to support. And once again, like I said, I'm going to see y'all later in the live stream. Y'all be safe. Stay prayed up. And who that to the family. Peace out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the Sports Coma.